Doom, 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 doom. Ooh, my first mistake was I wanted too much time. I had to have her morning, noon, and night. If I would have known then. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Boogotti NYC. How is everybody doing? It's Purple Sunday, everybody. How y'all doing out there this morning in YouTube land? I hope y'all ready because we're about to get it in this morning. Yes, 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 we're here. It's Sunday morning. Let me know how my audio is sounding, you guys. Just want to make sure I'm sounding crispy. Everybody good this morning? Let's go ahead and get those prayers in very early because I want to make sure we get everybody in. Let's check that camera right there to make sure that the camera's good as well. Go ahead and fix that little dippage over there. How everybody doing this morning? I'm hoping that everybody's having a fantastic day right now. It's your boy Boogotti NYC, and that's how we do it. Let's go ahead and do what we got to do over here. Go ahead and get this going. Okay, got that audio up. How's everybody doing? It's your boy. And if without any further ado, let's get those prayers in the air. Come on, you guys. What we got to do right now? We got to pray for every single person that's here because we don't got that much time. I want to pray for everybody. I want to pray for love. I want to pray for happiness. I want to pray for peace. Also good health. Want to pray for great spirits. Want to pray for good times. I want to pray for understanding and consideration. That's right, you guys. Also praying for health for our families as well as our pets. Southeast Lisa, we're praying for you. Miss Swanza also, Jay, Batty Lynn, Miss Swanza, I see you again. Jeffrey Spilker, Liberty and Justice is here. How you doing, 420, John Fitzpatrick, Don Patrick? Okay, who else we got up in the building? Batty Lynn, thank you so much for the audio check, 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 check. Winter Rising, also Miss Swanza, and my brother, Casey Ramos. Also, we can't forget about Terry, can't forget about Teddy, can't forget about Luigi, can't forget about Jordan, can't forget about Jeffrey Spilker, Mark Dorfman, Winter Rising, Angels Among Us. Also, let's see who else I can remember off the top of my head. Let's see, one more, Bugatti, one more. You can do it. Dot Focused. And also, let's see if we can go ahead and get Sam Champion up in here as well. Good morning, everybody. I hope y'all ready to go. And I want to make sure that we get a good prayer in for Purple Sunday. That's right, you guys. Amen. Because I'm ready to go. Let's do what we got to do right now. I know you're about to pop in and say, I'm ready to go. They're ready to go. I said it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo. Yo, 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 yo. And we wind it up. Mm, 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 mm. Wind it up. Mm, mm, mm. Wind it up because it's 6 o'clock somewhere. I think it's 6 o'clock here. Let's see what's going on with the watch. Time to start the show. Come on. Yes, time to start the show. 6 o'clock, man. It's 6 o'clock. It's got to be. You ready? Okay. Oh, okay. Olay. And no, the fingertips are not cool this morning. It's burning up out there. It was 90 degrees in New York yesterday. Oh boy, was it lit. And there was so much sirens and noise and everything, but we still gonna try to cool off with the sweat that we catching and a little wind from in between to open up those pores. We gotta open up those pores. Uh, we gotta open up those, uh, uh, It's Sunday the 17th. That's right, y'all. 2026. I'm your host, Boogotti NYC, and this here's our bottom line. Where we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that, where we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that. Just got me lit. Hey, everybody, that's right. That's how we do it every morning here with our bottom line, no matter what the day is. I'm so glad that you guys can come in and hang out with your boy for what? Purple Sunday. Dig, if you will, the picture. of you and I engaged in a kiss. That's right, you guys. Purple Sunday, inspired by the late great. That's right, Prince and the Revolution and the symbol. I'm sorry about that, you guys. This symbol, we just did it like that. We started off and we just kept it going. And we love purple. It's our favorite color around here. I'm hoping that everybody's having a fantastic and a healthy day. You guys have been drinking your water, taking your affirmations, making sure that your gardens are healthy, making sure that your spirits are up, and just really making sure that home is really set up and you guys got everything taken care of. I'm so proud of so many people here. I'm watching your gardens grow. I'm seeing how you're interacting with your families on Discord. I'm seeing what's happening with the animals and all your animals and your pets. Really loving it, you guys. Please keep those images coming because they're very inspirational. Trust me. And we got a lot going on with our Discord. This family right here. So yeah, without any further ado, you guys know what time it is, right? Purple Sunday. We're going to be doing follow-ups. We're going to be doing weekend wrap-ups, as well as much, much more. And without any further ado, y'all know what I'm about to say, right? I got 5 on it. That's right, you guys. I'm going to stack 5 videos at a time. All I'm going to ask you to do is stay on topic, stay on point. Let me know where you're chiming in from. Also, I know it's not 6 o'clock everywhere. It's got to be some other time where you guys are at. So let me know what time it is. Not only that, but also don't think that I don't read the comments and I don't pay attention to where you guys are watching in from. I want to give a big shout out to Zambia in Africa for shouting us out yesterday and saying that they watched the show as well. I told you guys the reason why we do what we do is because you never know who's watching. I always feel like somebody's watching me. And you can imagine how many people are watching us over here. So imagine what we got to do. That's right. That's why we always go everywhere to try to be fair with the content. And with that being said, you guys know what's next, right? Woo! Let's get into these titles. It's time to get busy, you guys. Let's go. Why are there mixed results from Trump's summit trip to China? I have no idea, you guys, but you know what I'm thinking? You know how it is. You don't get everything you ask for, but you still try to go get it. Thank you so much, 420 John Patrick. I got 5 on it for the best morning show. Yeah, I can't do it without you guys. So yes, show John Fitzpatrick some love. The bro got paid and he broke me off a little slice. I appreciate it, y'all. I really appreciate that. You know, that goes towards all of us. So let's keep on moving forward. What else do we have here? We've got why has the USA court tossed out the Democrat favorite redistricting map? We're going to find out. There have been a lot of maps, a lot of redrawings, a lot of back and forth. I want to know what you guys are thinking about these revisions of these maps. Are you interested? Are you not? Do they play a major part in your voting? Let me know what you think about that throughout the show. I will be reading those comments. I'd like to know. Last but not least, what else do we have here? We've got Epstein victims want to know, will their accusers ever face justice? That's a question that we all want to know here at Our Bottom Line. We've been following up with the Jeffrey Epstein and the Epstein story, as well as Ghislaine Maxwell, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, every single person that we could hone in on to try to keep the story alive as much as possible. And yes, we've got more information coming in from abroad, as well as some new information that you guys might be interested in. So yes, let's do it again, you guys. It's Our Bottom Line. It's Purple Sunday. Get your water, your tea, and your 55 coffee house. And let's get busy and do what we got to do over here, you guys. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up, as well as we go ahead and see what the president has to say this morning. What is he going to be talking about? I don't know. Let me go to my notes real quick so I can be honest about this and tell you guys what he's going to be talking about. He's going to be defending the perfect remark on not thinking about America's finances. You guys, we already know that we're paying a lot more at the pump. President saying he doesn't really care about that because of the fact of the matter is it's more important to not let those guys get the nuclear weapons, and we can bite the bullet for a little while when it comes down to spending a little more at the pump. What do you guys think about that? Tell you the truth, I'm kind of fed up with it. Let's keep on going. Let's see what's going on here.
You know, you said that this summit is a success. As you get ready to head back to Washington, what's the most significant, specific thing you walk away from here for the U.S.? I think the most important thing is relationship. It's all about relationship. I have a very good relationship with President Xi and with China. And it sounds like something that doesn't mean anything, but it's everything. In deal making and problems we've solved, the two of us have solved a lot of problems between that somebody else would have maybe done very badly with. We've solved a lot of problems over the years. We have a very good relationship. Trade has been very strong. We're getting a lot of soybeans for our farmers. We're doing a lot of, there's a lot of things happening for the farmers. He committed to 200 Boeings, big ones, 777s and 737s, and a lot of big ones, big, beautiful Boeing planes, 200, that's a lot. With a commitment that if they do a good job, and I told this to Boeing and General Electric, we're gonna go to the General Electric engines, which are great. Yeah, if they do a good job, we could go up to 750. And that's,
Now, being fair, that sounds okay for Boeing and for General Electric, but what is that really going to do for us? And since you were over there, did you have anything to say about the tariffs? Not beating up on them. I'm just asking important questions that I know you guys are going to be asking me once I come back to those comments, so we can expound on them right now.
and obviously a lot of investment going back and forth. You know, some Democrats, even some Republicans, had some concerns about Chinese manufacturing on US soil. Is that happening? Well, if they don't want to pay tariffs, it could happen, just like it's happening with other countries and companies. We have now more money being invested in the United States than any country at any time in the history of the world, including China, which probably is second from about 10 years ago. We have $18 trillion in 11 months, not the 12th month hasn't come in yet, the numbers we have.
Okay, and I'm going to answer the other question, and I'm going to say it because I know it's coming in the comments. What's up with our little dividend or for the tariffs that you guys promised us from before? I think they were calling it some sort of, I don't know what the word was, but you guys do remember that. First it was about 7,000, then it went down to 5, then it went down to 2, and now there's no more talk about it. So yeah, saying everything that I know you guys are going to say, let's keep it going. Let's go.
$18 trillion. If China wants to come in and wants to avoid tariffs, if they build here, for the most part, they're going to be hiring American people. If they want to avoid tariffs, they're going to build in the United States. This is my concerns about China operating inside the US. We have Japan is building massive Toyota, Honda, and all of them. I mean, they're building massive plants all over the country. So if China wants to build for their cars, now I will tell you, I put 100% tariff on Chinese cars because I didn't want them coming into the country. If you take a look, only because they swamp you, they'll destroy your auto industry. And that's what's happening in Europe. And now they're saying we have to do a little bit like Donald Trump. Europe is being killed. They're being absolutely swamped by hundreds of thousands, millions of Chinese cars, and Mercedes and BMW and Volkswagen. They're getting killed. So if you notice, we haven't had that problem. You know why? Because I have 100% tariff on cars made in China. And even though the Supreme Court ruling, you're going to still continue that tariff. The ruling was just on a specific type of tariffs. And you're going a different route. Correct. I have the right to do the same tariff in, frankly, a little bit more complex way, but it's actually a better tariff. It's a more stringent tariff. I want to ask you about Iran and AI, but China made clear that Taiwan is very important to them. And
I made clear that we need to see what's going on with them tariffs already. You guys talking about moving forward with Boeing and all of those other situations. Again, that's good for the big boys. It's good for them. I want to know how that has a positive effect on the rest of the country and how that has an effect on the people. I'm just being honest, you guys. We don't play sides over here. We keep it moving. Let's keep on moving forward now because we got another situation where President Trump is talking about Xi Jinping's warning over Iran. Let's see what's going to happen about that because I think he tried to ask him not to get involved. Also, he says there's a perfect remark that we got to go through over here too, and we got to play fair. So let's get into it, you guys. Let's go.
Trump is back at the White House and back to the reality in the United States of gas prices, which are now averaging $4.53 a gallon.
Yes, we're going to stop right now because this is now the average of the gas prices. As of February, it was $2.98. Now, as of May, it is $4.53. That is the average price. Just going to ask you guys because I like to have this conversation. We have not talked about this in a few days now. What are the gas prices where you are? Please let me know where you're from or closest state. I'd appreciate that. And what the gas prices are. And I don't think it really makes a difference right now between regular or premium, but you can let me know that. But let me know what is the price of 1 gallon of gas where you guys live. I really appreciate it because I want to get open on this and see what we can do about that to really hone in on the numbers.
Nationally, If you thought that after a couple of days away during his trip to China, and when asked exactly what he meant when he answered that question, that he was going to rephrase or clarify what he said about Americans' financial situations when it comes to the impact from the Iran war, you would be wrong.
Wait a minute. Somebody said 578 in North Washington, San Francisco almost 8, 459. That's for regular in Boston, 438 Raleigh. Jesus Christ. I mean, serious RV. I know you feeling it out there, boy. Let me see. Dallas ain't that bad, but it's still up at 389 a gallon, 398 in Columbus. Okay, collective good. Okay, what else you guys got? $6.19. Where is that at? Let me know. Let me know where you're paying that at. Let me know, Miss Swans, as well. Is that Baltimore 438 a gallon? Okay, we've got Scott says 489. It's almost $5 across the board in certain places. In some places, it's already reached that and already passed it. 590 in California and Fernando Valley. This is ridiculous right here. Yeah, it's going up everywhere. South Carolina, that's probably one of the highest prices you guys have ever seen. 439 in Newburgh, North Carolina, which is not even far. That's the next town over. Crazy.
Concerns, it's a perfect signal to make it again. But you can imagine how many people stop the soundbite at, I don't think about America's financial situation. So what's your response to that phrase?
Very simple. When people hear me say it, everybody agrees. Short-term pain. It's going to be short-term pain. But the pain is much less than people thought.
He said it's going to be short-term pain, and the pain is much less than what people thought.
Trump says he said it, and he'd say it again. And that came after both the Vice President, J.D. Vance, and the House Speaker, Mike Johnson, spent the last couple of days saying things like this.
Do you agree with the president's position that Americans' financial situations should not be a consideration in that decision-making process?
Well, I don't think the president said that. I think that's a misrepresentation of what the president said. But of course, the president and I and the entire team, we care about the American people's financial situations.
I don't know the context in which he made that comment, but I can tell you the president thinks about Americans' financial situations. I talk to him on average twice a day, sometimes 3 or 4 times a day.
Also, let's keep on moving forward because we did go in on this, and I'm glad you guys did give me a good follow-up because I really need to know what you guys are paying out there and what's happening. We got to get out of here now. We got to get over here to this situation where we got this Iraqi error commander who's in court. So many of them are living over here and moving around in sleeper cells and whatever you want to call them. I think we really need to really pay attention about all of these people from other countries being over here, depending on who they are, not everybody.
I like him, he likes me. That's a good thing. You know, you have two very powerful nuclear nations, and having good relations at the top is very important. We've known each other for 11 years now. You know, we've been dealing with each other for a long time.
President Trump optimistic after arriving home from a 2-day summit in Beijing with President Xi. The two leaders discussed Iran, Taiwan, trade, and China's history of spying on the United States, which Trump says might not be so one-sided. Ask you about this other story that came out last night that President Trump put out on social media about the Iraqi national who was apparently one of the top leaders of ISIS, who was taken off the board. Let's play a clip from Todd Blanche talking about the arrest of this suspected terrorist.
There was an expectation that this would happen very, very soon, and that it would happen, not in years to come, but now. And so, if you accept the complaint that talking about how his goal was to try to stop the United States from the work that we're doing in Iran, then obviously he wanted it done as soon as possible. So this was a real serious terrorist threat to this country.
How big of a deal is this, and how good is the government's case?
Arresting al-Sayadi was a very big deal. This was a very senior commander in Kataib Hezbollah. They've done attacks like the shooting at the U.S. consulate in Toronto. And this terrorist wanted to plan and arrange attacks on U.S. soil. He was out to get Americans. They've got all the internet evidence. They've got forensic evidence. Terrific job nabbing this Iraqi, supported by Iranian money. This guy had selfies with Soleimani from back in the day. And it's great to have him in U.S. custody, picked up out of Turkey. So a good job there with our allies. This will make Americans safer.
Okay, that's good news right there, you guys. I'm glad. I like when I hear stuff like that. Making Americans safer. That's what I'm talking about. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. I think we got a little more on this too, because also Trump put it on Truth Social exactly what's going on with this Nigerian leader as well. Let's keep on moving forward. Let's get all this information that we can get out. If you're appreciating the content, go ahead, you guys. Let's get those likes up, because you know we got the bonus coming. We're not playing around. We're starting off early. If we can get 500 likes today, I will definitely be giving out merch in the form of keychains and decals. That's right, you guys. Let's get up to 500 likes so I can send you guys out 6 our bottom line keychains, also our bottom line decals. That's right, 12 people will enjoy some merch from us today. All you got to do is make sure that you hit that like button so that we can achieve the 500 likes. And we're starting off early right now. What I'm going to do is ask you guys to email me the address which you want your merch to be sent to. What I'll do is randomly select 6 people for keychains, 6 people for decals, and I promise you they will be sent out at the end of the day. That's right, you guys, 12 pieces, 6 and 6. All you got to do is email me, bridgethisllc@gmail.com, bridgethisllc@gmail.com, and I will send you the merch as long as we get those numbers up. Let's do it, you guys. I'll be back with this in a moment.
So we continue to follow some breaking news coming out of Truth Social. This coming from President Trump. He shared this late last night, saying that U.S. and Nigerian forces carried out an operation that killed a global ISIS leader. President Trump identified the terrorist as Abu Bilal al-Manuki, whom he described as ISIS's second in command globally. He says, tonight at my direction, brave American forces and the armed forces of Nigeria flawlessly executed a meticulously planned and very complex mission to eliminate the most active terrorist in the world from the battlefield. Abu Bilal al-Manuki, second in command of ISIS globally, thought he could hide in Africa, but little did he know we had sources who kept us informed on what he was doing. He will no longer terrorize the people of Africa or help plan operations to target Americans. President Trump also thanked the Nigerian government for its cooperation in the mission, saying, with his removal, ISIS's global operation is greatly diminished. Now, I also wanted to bring this to you. This is a post from Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, as he posted this morning to X, confirming U.S. forces in coordination with the armed forces of Nigeria killed al-Manuki and other ISIS leaders, and provided more details about al-Manuki's role within ISIS. He says this: Abu Bilal al-Manuki was the number 2 of ISIS globally, responsible for overseeing the planning of attacks, directing hostage taking, and managing financial operations. The removal of him and other ISIS personnel makes Americans safer by further degrading ISIS's ability to plan and carry out attacks that threaten the U.S. homeland, American citizens, and innocent civilians.
Let's go. Let's keep on moving forward. Don't know what you think about that, but it's done. He's out of here, and we got to keep on moving. That's right, you guys. I think we got a little bit coming in from Todd Blanche, who's going to talk directly about it since we're wrapping this situation up. Let's get into this really, really quick and get out of here.
General Blanche, good to have you with us today. Thank you for joining me.
Of course.
They got him. Got him.
About how he was arrested outside ID, and was he brought to this country? Was he already in the United States? What can you share on that, Attorney General?
This was a remarkable effort by our FBI, Director Patel leadership, and our international partners. And we were able to intercept and get in the middle of this man's attempts to wreak havoc and terrorize not only the United States, Canada, Europe. And so we were able to introduce an undercover, working with our law enforcement partners. So I think what our U.S. attorney just said is dead on, that President Trump's leadership around the world allows us to have the credibility and the partnerships to allow us to work with folks overseas. And that's what happened here. So he was brought here and appeared in court earlier today. And it is on the one hand, should be very alarming to the people in this country that there are men around the world trying to exact this sort of terror. On the other hand, it shows the success of good law enforcement work and good police work and working hard to protect our borders, which is what we do every single day. And so this investigation is ongoing. It's just a complaint. I expect the next steps will be an indictment, and obviously we're still investigating and going to make sure that anybody that was involved with him will be brought to justice as well.
Was he
Keep on moving, you guys. Let's keep on moving. It seems like that's all over. We're going to see what happens in court. Probably keep on getting images and stuff like that, because that's basically a federal case. We will not be able to get any real camera footage from those federal cases. We already know that. So we're going to be getting some depictions and things like that. It's Purple Sunday, you guys. Have you guys already hit that double tap on that screen to get those likes up? Have you subscribed to the channel? Because we're working on 80,000 subscribers. That's right, you guys. Our bottom line. We do this every single morning. That's right. Hit the like button also, and that notification bell right there, that lets you know when we're on. Let's keep on going, you guys, because now we got to get on over to New York. And if I can make it there, I'll make it. Bum, bum. Anywhere, it's up to you. New York, New York. It seems as if New York State adopts Trump's school choice program. Oh, so Kathy Joker, you're actually going to be adopting some programs here. Let's see how this works out. Let's see what's going on over here, you guys. This is very important. It's about our children's education.
So how about this? Two unlikely allies emerging in the classroom. The New York governor, Kathy Hochul, set to opt the Empire State into a major Trump administration education push. The Federal School Choice Initiative allows taxpayers to donate up to $1,700 per person a year to scholarship organizations that help cover private school tuition, tutoring, textbooks, and test prep. In return, donors would get a dollar for dollar federal tax credit. President Trump recently praising the program as a way to give parents more educational options for their kids.
School choice all over now. We had virtually none. Everybody loves school choice.
New York now joins Colorado as the second blue state to opt into the program, which will be effective in 2027. With me now, Sean Clifford, president of the AFC Scholarship Fund, a proponent of all of this. Sean, hello. Were you surprised when you heard this move from New York?
She'll do anything that's going to get more money to come to the city. Come on now, or the state.
A little surprised in the short term, but confident that this will ultimately be something that's available to all children in all states.
So
Exactly.
how do you see this playing out? What's the benefit of all this in your view?
Well, look, I think there are three real benefits that probably factored into the decision that Governor Hochul made. I think the first is, and even though we live in a somewhat cynical age, this is in the best interest of children. And this has an incredible opportunity for New York to really push forward policy that will advance enrichment opportunities and choice for parents and students all over New York. I think second, this is politically popular. Even as we look as more and more states are adopting school choice at the state level, nationally, when you look at the polling, and even within states like New York, this is a very politically popular thing. And I think the third factor here is there are going to be tens of billions of dollars that can be raised from this policy. And New York, in fact, alone there, you could see billions and billions raised. And the question is, will that money stay in state to benefit New York families, or will it flow elsewhere? And so I think this was a move that the governor made to ensure, for all those three reasons, improving outcomes for kids, taking a politically popular stance.
Okay, let's keep on moving forward, you guys. I know it had to be about that money, though. More people can invest. The kids, hopefully, it will benefit them. You know what I have not seen ever since I was young, and I wish that they would bring back to school? What happened to the music? What happened to the music programs, you guys? Remember, you see kids walking home with a big old tuba, or you might see a kid walking home with a little black case. Like, what do you play? Me, my music, my instrument that I was given was called the viola. That's right. I was playing the little viola, and I was pretty good at it too. See, stuff like that, you never know. You got to enrich the children. You got to give them stuff. Anybody remember music in school? That used to be the thing. Even if we were bad at it. Ma, listen to me. Mother be in the room like, oh my God, why did they send him home with this stuff? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Bring back the music, you guys, the music. Hold on a minute. Outside of Walmart, good point, Lisa. Yes, I do. Played the flute. They took it out like cursive. Exactly. You guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, Batty Lynn, your daughter is in choir and band. That is so cool. In certain states like New York, we can't have that anymore. Why? They don't want to be responsible for the the instruments. There's no budget for instruments and stuff like that. It's things like that. But I really think that if you really work on the arts and things like that from children when they're young, it'll help them grow into other areas as well. It helped me. What do you guys think about that? Let's get the music back in schools. Let's keep on going forward, you guys. We got President Trump. It's an update on the Hunter virus. Yes, you guys. Also, the victims have been spread out throughout a few facilities. Let's see what's going on with this not to worry about call. That's what they're saying. Not to worry about it, the Hunter virus, because it can't spread is what they're saying to us, you guys. It's not going to be spreading.
Harder to catch. And we've had it for a it's been around for a long time. People are very familiar with it. So, I hope it's fine. All I can do is everything that a president can do, which is actually somewhat limited. But it seems like it is not easy to spread. And we think we're in very good shape. We're very careful. And Nebraska has done a fantastic job.
I know what you're saying. There's a couple of shops around that donate instruments. I understand exactly what you're saying, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about get a music teacher in there and really teach chorus and stuff like that. We used to really have a teacher in there that could teach you how to play some of these instruments and do certain things, That's what I'm talking about. Stuff like that.
They have a place there that those doctors are unbelievable.
That's President Trump in the Oval Office addressing the recent cruise ship hantavirus outbreak. After 18 passengers arrived back in the U.S., 15 people are currently being held at the University of Nebraska Medical Center's quarantine facility. One patient in the biocontainment unit. 2 additional patients are at Georgia's.
G-Man, you funny talking about you played the radio. Unless you're talking about putting 2 tapes together and making your own CD. Come on, man. Come on, stop it.
Emory University, one showing symptoms, while the other was in close contact with the primary individual. 6 other states currently monitoring citizens with reported exposure to that virus. Joining us now is family and emergency medicine doctor and Walter Reed physician, Dr. Jeanette Nexuat. Dr. Jeanette, great to see you this morning. Thanks so much for being here. And we've got so many exciting things to talk to you about with regard to AI, but let's start on this hantavirus. What do we need to know about this virus?
Yeah, so good morning, Maria. Great to be with you. And I totally agree with President Trump. We are in very good shape. This is a virus that is very difficult to catch. That's because unlike measles, unlike the flu, unlike COVID, it has a low replication rate. That means it can't easily spread from person to person. And it wasn't built to spread from person to person. On top of that, it's a stable virus. It doesn't mutate like we saw, for example, with COVID mutating. It has a very short window of spread. So that's why we're only seeing 1 or maybe 2 cases in the entire United States at this time. So we are in good shape. And this is a very well-controlled, finely tuned situation that we see by our president, by his administration, to keep Americans safe and healthy.
Yeah, Liz.
I think, Doctor, after the COVID outbreak, obviously any new virus kind of sets off alarm bells. And I guess people are a little surprised that these passengers were allowed to get off the ship and go sort of anywhere they wanted in the United States. And thank heavens they're being monitored in these various states. But are you surprised that we haven't come up with a new way of containing these?
Somebody said Hunter virus sounds like Hunter Biden. Don't do that to Hunter. We already got a name for Hunter. It's Hunter. I can feel it. Biden. That's what we call him around here. Hunter. I can feel it. Biden. That's his middle name, not that. Let's keep on going, you guys, because now we got a situation where this new bill will make the rich in North Carolina pay more towards public education. Let's go, you guys. Let's see what's going on in North Carolina. They keep on tapping up the rich. Makes you wonder, do you really want to get rich out here after all? Let's go, you guys. Let's go.
Well, a new bill would ask the richest North Carolinians to contribute more to fund public schools.
And State Capitol reporter Shab Newton is live outside the General Assembly with a closer look at that bill. And Shab, this affects a small slice of North Carolinians.
Yeah, less than 1%, actually. Supporters of the bill say public schools have been underfunded for years, while at the same time, the wealthiest have enjoyed some great tax breaks. And they say this bill will help level the playing field.
Uh-oh. Everybody's starting to tax on y'all riches. They trying to come for some more of that dough.
It's time for wealthy North Carolinians to step up. Asking them to contribute more is not extreme, it's fair. It's what it takes to build the state that we want, a state that works for everyone.
The fair share.
So the better you do in life, the better you make money, and the more you do, the more you got to give away, you guys. I understand with helping out, but man, y'all starting to give the numbers like they doing the tithing plate now, y'all. You know how you go to church back in the day and they send around the plate, and then they got the ushers sending it down, and then they be on some. I remember I went to church one time, man. This is what stopped me from going to certain churches. Call me what you want, but when the plate come around 6 times for the Bible class. Then you got another one for the deacons offering. Then you got another one for the building fund. Then you got another one for whatever the prayer is. By the time you get out of church, you better have you about $150, $200, and you're gonna be probably leaving out of there with nothing. Because you know if you don't put that much in it, they be looking at you now, right? Oh yeah. And if they know you and you actually go to that church, they're gonna actually see your pay stub. Because they need 10% of what you really make. Can you believe that? And then when I was broke and I didn't have any money, I went back to them and I was like, I'm about to get evicted. I don't got nowhere to stay. Can you guys help me? Oh, we're going to pray for you, brother. I said, what? Okay. I got something for y'all. Okay, I got something for y'all. Then, bring, wait, nah, I'm not messing with y'all no more. I can worship from here. This is the house of the Lord. Anytime I want to worship him, I can do it right here. I don't got to pay you guys to worship the Lord. You know what I'm talking about. How many times you went to church and they keep on sending around the offering plate? Is this y'all gambling in here? Can you send back a piece of bread or maybe a chicken leg? I mean, I'm spending up all my lunch money here. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's keep it moving forward. Because Liberty has to say good vibes, daily news, and entertainment. We have all the current news and hot topics for your Sunday morning. Welcome to the hottest morning news show around. Daily, 6 a.m. with Boogotti NYC. You guys need to copy paste that. All mods, please copy paste that. That charges me up. I love when she does that. Let's go, Liberty. Let's rock. Let's go. Now we got to get over to somebody you all know and I can't stand. Never could. Sorry, I told you guys in the first place. He did this too much. He did that too much. And instead of having the avatar streak right here, he got it right here. Only difference in the color is it's brown and it's not here. From going like this up somebody's butt all the time. And finally, they're starting to see he's getting the noticeability that he deserves. I'm talking about none other than someone that you guys can't stand as well, who's always smiling. He ain't smiling no more for some reason. We don't catch him smiling as much as he was before, Mr. Howard Lutnick. Democrats are saying that he should be resigning or fired because the oversight committee is sending a direct call to Lutnick over Epstein. What do you guys think? At first, I couldn't stand being around him. He's disgusting. I told my wife we couldn't stand being around him. Then next thing you know, they went to the island. Oh, we were only there for 2.5 hours. We brought our kids. What? From what we know, that's suspect with us. We know about stuff like that. That's even worse. You brought who, for what, where? Nah, we've been paying too much attention to this game. So yeah, there's a lot of people right now that's saying Howard Lutnick need to kick a rock for a block. Let's see what's going on with this. I agree as well. I think he need to leave.
To the Epstein investigation, because all House oversight Democrats are calling for Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick to resign over his Epstein testimony. What should the American people know about his interview and how it fits into the overall probe?
Look, no one should be serving the American people, certainly not as a cabinet secretary, when you are essentially a known liar and unwilling to tell the truth, when you lie to the public.
You see what Winter got to say, right? Winter said it's amazing how much more guilty they make themselves sound while they're trying to explain their innocence. Exactly. And then when they get caught, they be like, Oh, how come you wasn't saying that before? I keep on telling you guys, they don't say nothing until they get caught. They don't want to get in front of it. They don't want to get in front of it and say, hey, well, something might come out, because they don't want to get in front of it. So they just wait for something to happen. They stand there like with the cat with the mouse in its mouth like this. Let's go, y'all.
You're not honest in a deposition in front of the Congress. We all have seen Howard Lutnick in multiple times say that after 2005, he had no interaction with Jeffrey Epstein, that he had known very well. And now we just know that wasn't true. We know that he went to the island, that he went into business with Jeffrey Epstein, that he communicated, his wife communicated with him. And so then him go into this interview with Congress.
Do you guys know that those businesses and some of those companies are still open? Yeah, some of those Epstein buildings are still being ran by the Epstein estate.
And not admit to that and evade. Look, he needs to resign or be fired. He has lied to the American people, and that's not something that a cabinet secretary should be doing. And beyond that, this points back to this massive cover-up. Howard Lutnick has been involved at the White House, continuing to cover up for the DOJ, telling lies, and he's got to go. Well, what's next then for House Oversight in the next 2 weeks as you're preparing for Pam Bondi's testimony on May 29th? How do you plan to hold Bondi accountable if she tries to evade questions? We have first a legal subpoena in place. She has to come and testify. The concern right now is that the chairman of our committee has not agreed to ensuring that the testimony is videotaped under oath and then released to the public. So we expect Pam Bondi will likely show. She has told us directly.
Nobody wants to be under oath. Why, you guys? Anybody want to say it so I don't have to? Let me get to the next clip. I want to ask you guys, why doesn't any one of these people want to be held under oath when they're being questioned? Why do they not want to be under oath? Why not? Why do you think they don't want to be under oath? Why they're being questioned right now? Any questions, anybody? Any answers? Any answers? What if Bondi does what Ilhan did? Ignore it. Click, click. Locked up for not telling the truth. Exactly. G-Man know it. Yeah, G-Man know it. Perjury. Not pergament. Perjury. Exactly, angels. Because they have to tell the truth. That's right, you guys. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Howard Lutnick gonna be like, remember Tom and Jerry when Tom swallowed hard? You hear it going down? Yeah, he ain't trying, and Pam ain't trying to do that neither. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys over here. We not stupid. What we got over here? Hochul slams Trump as the LIRR shuts down. You guys know what happened with the LIRR, right? They was on strike. And they have not come to any agreement yet. So that means everybody, hopefully they figure this out tonight. Because tomorrow, y'all gonna have to figure it out. Because guess what? There is no LIRR trains running right now. That means two things. That means you're either gonna have to call out or find alternate means to get to work. And if you're driving in, you guys know what that means. That means congestive pricing as well. So you know what? It's a win-win situation for them no matter what. Let's keep on moving forward to the way it's all set up now.
All right, well, now to a major commuter crisis. Right now, Long Island railroad workers are on strike for the first time in 30 years, shutting down train service for 300,000 daily riders and jeopardizing millions of dollars in commerce.
Chandler Painter joins us now with all the details. Chandler.
Hey, good morning, guys. So thousands of workers for the Long Island Railroad walked up the jog around 12:01 this morning, bringing the nation's busiest passenger railway to a grinding halt. And of course, commuters bracing for the worst. This all comes as the labor unions failed to reach a new contract deal with the MTA on pay increases. And details on exactly where each side stood late last night is unclear, but the VP of the Brotherhood of Locomotive Engineers and Trainmen says that no new negotiations have been scheduled.
There were things that we had tried to talk about that they had previously.
Now this is definitely hurting the city. Don't try to blame this on nobody, Hochul. They trying to get some of that money that they know that you got and you didn't divvy up off that congestive pricing.
Discussed, and they flat out said they weren't interested. We're far apart at this point, and we feel it's unnecessary because we went through a process.
In the meantime, the chairman.
You guys don't remember a couple of months ago, probably like let's say 8 or 9 months ago, New Jersey was beefing with Hochul talking about, yeah, we never talked about this congestive pricing thing, and you guys didn't include us. Normally, other governors include us in some of the toll fares and some of the gains. Hochul didn't do that, just kept it all for New York. So now everybody's going for the squeeze. Okay, yeah, since you're acting like that, we all want raises now. And we're doing this on our side to retaliate.
And for the MTA says the agency quote gave the union everything they said they wanted in terms of pay, but reportedly the unions wouldn't agree to higher healthcare premiums to offset those costs.
I and my MTA board have been scripted. We cannot responsibly make a deal that includes the.
You are a crook on many different levels. You lied about congestive pricing, saying what you guys didn't need no more money, but you was going to use that money to fix the trains. Then you lied and said you wasn't going to raise the train fare. You did already. What's this? Your next one? Because all you're going to do is stay in support of by not really doing nothing. We know how you rock already.
MTA's budget. We absolutely refuse to make a deal that puts it on riders and taxpayers to fund outside wage increases.
And Governor Kathy.
You put it on routers and people to pay that congestive pricing that they got at least about what $500 million off of. Why you can't make a negotiation with the LIRR since you didn't give them any of that congestive pricing that you're taking from people every single day? Here we go, guys. You ready? Let's get with the numbers. It's $9 if you have a easy pass. It is $9 to cross and come back into 60th Street. It's $9. If you do not have an easy pass, you will be paying $14. Period. And if you live in the city, I think there's a small deduction, but it's not much. And that's ridiculous. That's like somebody being out there with it at the light. Yeah, and guess who is there? The police, and then they got all of the traffic lights out there and all of the recordings. So just in case you don't pay, it'll come in the mail and you'll be paying more. So that is the straight rip off. I don't want to hear nothing about y'all needing no money. Also, how about this? Before you guys get some more money, let us really see what you're doing with that money that you already took from congestive pricing. Exactly those words. Where the hell did that money go and what you're doing with it? Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. Because now we got to get on over to Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, who has a little smart surprise for New Yorkers. Not me. This is what he's talking about. As far as sanctuary cities trying to hide criminals, because you know they do certain things like that because they don't want to tell on where they are. I think they're worrying about the numbers and probably trying to hold on to as many of them as possible for the next election. I'm going there today, y'all. Let's get it. Let's keep on going.
I think that we look today at border safety, and the first name that everybody talks about is your leadership under President Trump. I know that Americans were told under this administration, we would really work to secure the border and continue to control those numbers that are crossing. And I think they're controlled based on what we're seeing. I think now the real fight really is within the country with sanctuary.
And stop making these excuses, just like somebody said, Audrey said in Massachusetts. So now she just said that the tolls were for something to get fixed. And the toll and that monetary is 20 times over. Why we can't have limits on stuff like that? Why you guys gotta automatically forget stuff like that and keep on going? Like, what's up with that? Why we can't have until this is fixed, remedied, we're gonna have this tax over here. Why does it have to be continuously just because you already put it in? And where is that money going after the project has already been remedied? Where's the rest of that money going to?
Cities and with states refusing to cooperate with you and with ICE. In your opinion, is sanctuary cities the biggest obstacle right now that we're facing in immigration enforcement, or is it still the border?
No, look, we got the most secure border in the history of the nation right now, thanks to the work of those men and women wearing that green uniform. I mean, Trump 45 was the most secure border at that time, but we shattered that. Trump 47's most secure border in the history of the nation. So I would say there's two things we're fighting right now. It's the sanctuary cities, which is a big issue, takes away a lot of our efficiencies, and the courts. Look, I think that the court system, you got some radical judges who make decisions.
And they letting these people out, and it's hurting our people in our country, hurting our children with the stuff that they're doing. Why do they feel so empowered to let these people out? Or do they feel like they're really doing something, like they're helping them, their cause? And what is their cause?
Just in their district, they want to instill nationwide, which I think the Supreme Court addressed it, but they're ignoring it. So between sanctuary cities and many of the courts, that's our struggle right now. But we're going to keep overcoming that. We're not going to stop doing what we're doing, and we'll let the court system play out. But sanctuary cities, I know the Department of Justice has filed lawsuits on many of them, but they may slow us down a little bit by taking away our efficiencies of working with the jails, but they're not going to stop us from doing the job.
Well, let's expand on that because I look at sanctuary cities today and the worst offenders, that's who I really want to get down to. I'm watching New York Democrats today, and they are moving to limit local cooperation with ICE. They're moving to restrict you and ban you and ICE officers from even wearing masks, as I've seen a massive surge in the type of violence that's coming out against ICE officers. What can we do to ensure that ICE can do their jobs as we're having Democrats in New York, even Boston? I mean, you talked about lawsuits. I'm seeing a lawsuit there where a judge is skeptical of authority.
So a kid in the Bronx or a dumb thunter can run around, a ninja can run around with a ski mask on and call it a shiesty. Understand this. Can run around with a shiesty. Probably got a record, probably got that thing on him, all black. It's 90 degrees outside. But he got on all black, looking like a fool, straight up sticking out. He got the mask on his face, covering nothing but his eyeballs. But he can be out there doing whatever he want to do. But these people that got badges, y'all got a problem with that. What's going on with that? I don't really understand that. The little thunder with the shiesty, yeah, the Pooh shiesty mask, he good. But these guys that's out there to try to get the criminals off the street, that's giving paperwork to go pick people up with address, got to deal with that. Come on, man, just don't make no sense.
This clash between federal enforcement and local, how can we make sure that we can prevent a Minnesota? Because that's where we don't need to be. But I'm telling you, we're watching this. Democrats are trying to corner this administration to make another flashpoint and an issue in the next sanctuary city. So what can we do to reduce that?
Anyone wearing a mask anywhere, Kalesiv, need to be pulled over. We need to take it back to Giuliani / 19. Let's go here with it. Let's go to 1990 or 1989 with it. And let's let the police respond how they would then, how they would now as it were then. See a guy walking around with a ski mask on, officer. What do you normally do? Please proceed. Period. What the hell you got a mask on for? Period. That's what I want to know. And I think they probably need to put fines out for that. How about every time you get caught with a mask on for no reason, you got a $40 fine. And then the last time you got to do 30 days. I bet you won't be seeing anybody wearing them stupid masks.
Like I said, a couple of things. First of all, good luck with the law being masks. The law always trumps state and local law. And while threats are up over 8,000%, mask is a non-starter. So good luck with enforcing that. Second thing is, you talk about New York. I met with Governor Hochul a couple months ago. And I told her about what happened in Minnesota, that, we were able to draw some resources out of Minnesota because the local jails cooperated with us. And I told her the same thing because I knew this legislation was coming. I said, look, you had cooperation with jails. We're going to have to send more agents to do the job because now rather than one agent arresting one bad guy in the jail, which is safer for the agent, safer for the alien, safer for the community, of course, you're going to release them. Now we got to send a whole team, 6 or 7 agents to go find him. So it's going to.
They wouldn't like me, man. They wouldn't like me, and the party that you guys think that I would run under would be like, oh, we don't want you. They'd be like, we don't want you over here, bro. They wouldn't want me. They would not want me. I have to start a new party if I was to run for mayor. I would love to be the mayor of New York. I ain't even gonna hold you guys. Only problem with me is I like making money and I don't like stealing. So that'd be the conflict right there. Couple of years, okay, cool. I'll do it. That's it. But I need to get out here and still get my hustle on because I believe in making money the right way. I wouldn't be in office doing skims and scams to get my bread. That's why I'm saying that I'll just be able to get this money right here. Okay, cool, whatever, no doubt. But I really am an entrepreneur. I'm a businessman. I like doing business. But I also recognize good and bad. And I also know that there's enough for everybody. And there's a lot of people out here that are lazy, let's be honest about it, and don't deserve and that are really benefiting. But the thing about it is once they get themselves in those positions, That's what happens. And that's why we have the politicians and the administrators that we have. Because instead of it being good people that actually want to work and make things happen, it's the person with the best campaign, the most monetary, and the loudest people behind them that have the craziest, have the craziest stuff to spew out. So yeah, I thought about it before a couple of times, and it's peeing me off to the point where it's like a situation where it's kind of like a driving force where it's like, yo, bro, you got to do something about this at some point. If nobody can, maybe you can. They said I had to get a petition together with about 25 or 5,000 names. What if we can do that right here? I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's keep on moving forward right now because we want to get on over to Washington because Trump's recent polling, they're saying it's down, you guys. Do you think that Trump's numbers are the same since he came into office? Or do you feel that President Trump's numbers, as far as approval rating, is actually dipping? I've heard about it. I've been watching the news, as you know, I have to every single day. So my thing is, there has been speculation. I've been hearing it in certain areas, dribs and drabs and trickles of it. But I'm starting to believe, yes, I do believe that the numbers are not the same as they were, let's say, in last year. Now they seem to be a little slipping. What do you guys think? Do you think that Trump's numbers are still the same, or you think he's losing support? If you think the numbers are still holding and they're good, let's get thumbs up. If you think that the numbers are declining and he's losing support, thumbs down. And do me a favor, let me know if you're one of those people. Go ahead and put it right next to it. Yeah, because of this. No, because of that. I'll actually read that as well. Let's keep on moving forward to see what the overall consensus is.
We got some new data this morning about shifts within a group that was key to Donald Trump's election victory in
Saying
2024.
lost.
With us now, CNN chief data analyst Harry Etten. Good morning to you, sir.
Some people are saying they're not happy with his lies. That war is dragging them down. Batty Lynn says thumbs down. Okay, we got Ad Range, thumbs down. Miss Swanza, thumbs down. This is not what I voted for. Winter Rising. Okay, Happy, he got his thumbs up. Collective, thumbs down. No, because I didn't want a reality TV star as president. Sweet Ad says I'm seeing a lot of MAGA turning on him. Faye, thumbs down. The war not creating pipelines, thumbs down. We got Southern down. Well, who else we got? 420 down. Gerst up, Rose CLE. His approval on the economy is dropping, but everything else is about the same. Makes sense about that, Thomas. But the thing about it, the economy is what's hurting people, and it's a direct effect of our pockets. Let's keep on moving forward because of the war, Luigi. You're right. VG, thumbs down. Let's keep on moving forward. Liberty and Justice says no. Okay, thumbs up. And that's right, you guys. Hit that like button. Come on, let's keep on moving. We working.
Morning. And we're talking about Latino voters. There was so much discussion leading up to November 2024.
I will vote for Donald Trump. I will vote for Donald Trump. Not so much, you guys. I guess probably because of all of the, deportations and doom, 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 doom. A lot of people not really happy about that. And I can understand it. I can.
And so much discussion immediately after it. Where are we now? Yeah, where are we now? What a different world. Ori Vey, if I'm the president of the United States, because just take a look here. Okay, Latino voters on Trump. He won a record share for a Republican presidential nominee, 46% of that vote, going all the way back since we had the advent of exit polls back in 1972. And look at where he is today. His job approval rating in an average of CNN polls this year, 28%. That is an 18-point drop. The bottom has completely fallen out when it comes to Donald Trump and Latino voters. He won record numbers of them back in 2024, and they have abandoned him with the utmost just dislike of what he is doing so far. Just 28%, a drop of 18 points.
You guys. Everybody's fleeing ship. I think it has to do with I will vote for Donald Trump. You remember that. They were enthusiastic. Everybody was ready to go. And next thing you know, And look at Angels right there. Said the funny part is Trump don't give a. You know why? Because this is last term. But the bad thing about it is if you're trying to hand over the torch to the next person, and if you really care about the party actually being a part of it, you would want to clean some of this up. You know what I'm thinking right now, you guys? I'm thinking that he's thinking that he probably can get a lot of this to turn around before it comes down to a time when it's when it's really important. Right before elections, everyone is saying. They think that he's going to try to clean this up right before. What is this? Is it November? They think he's going to try to swing things around. Would it work? We don't know. We're going to see. Because I'm going to be honest with you. At this point, we have to look at the world for what it is. A lot of people don't care about tomorrow. We want to know what's going on with right now. And there's a lot of people like that. And it's got to be honest about it, because why? We have a lot of people that have no choice but to worry about today, because they have to live day by day. And you never know that you're promised tomorrow. And a lot of people don't make a lot of money like that. They live check to check and paycheck to paycheck. A lot of people think like that. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. We got to get on over to Andrew, what's this? Committed treason. He could have been executed? Whoa. Could you imagine Andrew Mountbatten Windsor hanging from a... Let's get into it, you guys. Let's get into some of this Epstein information. We got some reports from overseas talking about Andrew Mountbatten Windsor.
This video is about the secrets the royal family does not want you to know, and why you are not allowed to ask. Watch it through, because by the end you will understand where Andrew's money comes from and how a family that was bankrupt in 1760 is now worth billions.
Okay, and again, how we do this when it's a long video, when you can't watch the whole thing, and maybe you guys want to see something like this, I always pass the ball and I always show respect. So right here, we've got Andrew committed treason and he could have been executed. This is Andrew Gold, Heretics. That's right, you guys. Andrew Gold, Heretics has some pretty good information I thought that you guys may be interested in. This video is going to be a little long, so if you would like to watch it, because it's 46 minutes long, that's the name of it. And I'm thinking about putting it in the Discord, but I may not. But check this out.
That matters to you. Hit subscribe.
We know that Andrew and Sarah Ferguson got money from Epstein.
How much was he getting, do we know?
We have to ask what he gave out by way of return. The allegation from the emails was that Andrew was passing on highly sensitive financial information from the British government, passing it to Epstein, who would then... There's only one word for that. Treason.
Do people still go to prison for treason?
Well, you could get executed until 1998. Big scandal in our family's finance. It posed the question as to how it was that a family which was bankrupt in 1760 is now worth billions. And it hasn't come from betting on the horses. In 2011, they got 7.9 million. This year, 132.1 million. Who else in the country has had that massive increase?
Is Andrew going to go to an actual prison? Tell me.
My question is, because you're royalty, what are you accepting? Gifts? You get money from the people. You get money from, I guess, your salary, but billions? Like, where that's coming from? What are you guys doing to make all of this money? Especially if in the 1700s, you guys were totally broke. What'd you do? How'd you turn it all around?
A little bit about your book before we get going.
Royal National Debt. This is about the finances of the royal family, and really it posed a question as to how it was that a family which was bankrupt in 1760 is now worth billions.
See, because I don't think it's just Andrew. I think Andrew just got caught, and they still taking care of him and want to keep him quiet. It's not just Andrew.
Where does that money come from? It hasn't come from betting on the horses. So where does it come from? So the book goes into the various ways in which they've accumulated wealth, most of which is frankly from the public press.
One of the people that we've been looking into, everyone's been looking into, is Prince Andrew, of course. He now has no title, no anything really. So how is he affording to get by?
Well, we don't know that really, but obviously he had some money given to him in a trust. I think from the Queen Mother originally, and then I think probably from his mother. But it's true that the amount of money he spends is in excess of what he clearly earns. I mean, all he's entitled to now is a naval pension, which is about £20,000 a year.
So how are you buying stuff? How you living in mansions and all of that? Anybody ever think about that? Just because they royalty, they get to do this?
When the Queen was around, he got $250,000 a year from her through the Duchy of Lancaster. But even so, that's well below what he was actually spending. We do know that in his time...
There you go, David.
He was very busy arguing for deals for himself, rather than arguing for deals for Britain. And in my book, I set out some examples of dodgy dealing which he had, which proved to be quite lucrative for him.
So he was on 250 grand a year, basically. That's
Plus 20,000 naval pension, 270 was all we officially know about.
But that pension, what was he getting that?
He was getting that from his time in the Royal Navy.
Oh, right. So since he was, what, 20 something?
Yeah, I mean, that he was obviously in the Falklands War and everything else, so £20,000 a year is what he got from that. I mean, that's peanuts, particularly.
Yeah, but he live in a mansion. Even the dogs that he got worth more than that. Come on, y'all. Y'all know what's going on here. It's just now the layers of the onions are coming off. You guys want to see the rest of that? We plugged it in the beginning. If you want to go check it out, go look in depth because we got some people on the other side that really are paying attention. Much more attention than what's going on over here. And over there, they're prosecuting princes and everybody. It's a little different than what's going on over here, huh? And you know, don't think that it's over with Andrew. They're building a case. Anytime they lock you up and let you out the next day with no bail or nothing like that, and you go home and you like this, trust me, they're building a case on Andrew. And if they find anything, he gonna get locked up. Here we go. Watch your head, Andrew, like this. And then when they bring him in and he start feeling scared again, because he's not used to that, the royal treatment, the royal prince has never been arrested like this. He gonna go tell it on the mountain. He gonna tell on everyone. He gonna tell on everybody. I seen this one doing that. You ain't gonna have to bring him no burger. You ain't got to bring him no fries, nothing. Put him in another cell and make his face start doing this again. He gonna start telling on everybody. That's when you really gotta worry about it. That's why they trying to take care of him. Think about it, y'all. Let's get on over to Washington, where Mr. Raskin gets his hat handed to him by a high school student. High schoolers, I think at this age, you guys might be ready to run for office at this time. This guy right here is good. We got a senior in high school that, got busy. Let's see what Mr. Hunter Lopez has to say to Mr. Raskin.
We do need to acknowledge our Christian heritage in America. That's what I'm trying to. You can acknowledge whatever heritage you want, but you can't impose an establishment of religion on other people.
So what he's having a problem with is how come everybody else can have their club set up in the college? How come everyone else can have their club, but when we call our club a certain thing and we're about America and about pushing and about really going forward, you guys have a problem with that. You give us all of these stipulations. We keep on getting pamphlets and meetings we have to go to. But when it comes down to these other groups, broken wristed cliques and all of this, whatever, you guys don't say nothing to them. That's what the pushback is about. I want you guys to get into this really quick. Check this out.
I'm not suggesting that at all. I'm just saying we acknowledge our heritage. That's what I'm saying. Everybody can acknowledge their own heritage. Do you agree with that? American heritage, not just any heritage, is what I'm saying. Oh, you don't think that you're allowed to acknowledge your Christian heritage or your Jewish heritage or your Muslim heritage? I'm saying you members of Congress need to acknowledge American heritage.
Jamie Raskin thought the student was going to back down. Big mistake. The second Hunter Lopez started exposing the double standards at his school. Qurans allowed, conservative club blocked, death threats ignored.
Quran's allowed, but the Bible not allowed at his school. Did you guys hear about this before?
The whole hearing exploded into total chaos. And then, Raskin and the student went head to head over Christianity, the Constitution, and America itself. You need to hear this one.
I think it's important, and thanks for being here and being boldly telling us about what happened. Can you tell us what are the requirements to create a student club at your school?
The requirements are to have 10 members, a teacher that's willing to sponsor, and a room to meet.
And did the Republican club that you formed meet those requirements?
We did on day one.
It did, and was your club allowed to be created?
No, we were actually notified that we were denied due to political nature, even though other ideological groups, including groups promoting gender-affirming ideology, were approved.
Why do you think the school had such a sort of obvious double standard?
I'm not sure if it's the educational establishment. It could be any of those. It could be the principals that have been in the system for a while. They just don't want conservative values. I think it's a trend we've seen with, how Charlie Kirk was on campuses, and on high school campuses. I think that they think conservative values are a threat because they're true.
And how's the school administration either encouraged or supported World Hijab Day?
Our principal actually wore the hijab 2 years in a row that we know of. There could be more. She's posted it, promoted on social media, saying she, quote, loved it, all caps. And they're just promoting these events like nothing. But our club, on the other hand, has to receive strict, first of all, we weren't approved in the first place. And then once we were the only club that couldn't have other privileges that other groups had. And they took down our posters. And so there's just a lot of things in this double standard clearly to favor the Islamic group.
Is it true that your school's libraries offer Islamic literature like the Quran and other things?
Yes, so McMillan Junior High and Wiley ISD offers a Quran but no Bible available.
But no Bible. So there's a Quran, but the Bible's not allowed.
Correct.
Is that true in multiple libraries?
From what I know, confirmed is McMillan Junior High is one that I know of. I can look at the other libraries and submit them to you if I find any other findings.
Okay. Have you talked to the school about why they would allow a Quran but not a Bible?
So I haven't, the principals actually want to run away from me and hide, so I can't have a discussion with my principals because I act like an adult and they act like children.
Yeah, well, you very much are acting like an adult. They probably don't want to be on the record with that policy, given how egregious it is. When clubs.
Yeah, I gotta say it. He's not even, I don't know about no high school student to me. He putting it down and they kind of embarrassed to rumble with him because he's making nothing but common sense. How come they can't put their stuff up, but everybody else can? You got the broken wristed clique doing what they want to do out there. And they be pushing their agenda like crazy out there with the sashaying and all of that. You know what I'm saying? But when you got the conservatives, that's why I say here, I like to be the way that we are. We're not Republicans, not Democrats, not conservatives, and not liberals. But the thing about it is we like everybody to be able to have their say because we pray for a debate because we know out of a debate we can come up with solutions. I'd rather debate than hurt my fellow man or my fellow sister. These people are crazy, you guys. You seen that double standard? Did you guys hear that double standard right there? How many people heard that? They offer the Quran but no Bible. That would have had so many parents peed off if they heard about that. You guys would have heard about that. They offer the Quran, but no Bible in your kid's school. Yeah, y'all would have had a problem with that. I already know how y'all get down. Let's keep on moving forward over to Denver. We got a grim detail emerge in the depth of a man who lost his life from the jet engine. The motor, that situation with the plane, when you guys saw the flames pop out of the motor that time. I don't know what type of flight that was. I forgot. I apologize what airline it was. But this definitely happened in the last week, where the people had to be abandoned and gotten off the plane because there was someone who trespassed on the tarmac. And yes, we got video of it, as well as more information coming in from Denver with this detailed situation that's emerging about this flight. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, and double tap that screen. Yes, you guys see it very fast. And again, remember, he was sucked into the motor. We came up with that the first day we figured that out. That little dot right there walking past that line, that's the person. Coming from the left side into the screen this way will be the plane. A man captured in surveillance videos being fatally struck by a Frontier Airlines plane on May 8th has been identified. Here it is. It's 41-year-old Michael Mott was horrifically dismembered after being sucked into the engine of an Airbus A321neo mid-takeoff at Denver International Airport. They say Mott had jumped the perimeter fence, calmly walked across the runway, and was mowed down by the Los Angeles-bound plane at 11:19 p.m.
Following an on-scene investigation, a postmortem examination, we have determined that the cause and manner of death. The cause of death is multiple blunt and sharp force injuries. The manner of death is suicide.
Okay, the Denver Police Department Chief Ron Thomas said a suicide has not been recovered. a note has not been recovered. Mott, a Pueblo native, had multiple run-ins with the law, racking up over 20 arrests in Colorado dating back to 2002, including for attempted murder. His most recent arrest was for felony trespassing just 1 month before he jumped the fence at Denver International in an attempt of a mission to go on an USAID. Yeah, they're saying it's an USAID mission. So they're saying that he wanted to do this, you guys. He walked straight into the plane. And tell you one thing, I would have never thought about doing nothing like that. I mean, Lord knows, but painful with a P on top. And I know that a lot of people probably saying whatever, but I still want to pray for the man. I want to pray for him, and I hope that nobody else thinks about doing anything like this, because your life is very precious. And you can tell anybody, oh, don't do it, and certain things like that, but you don't never know what they're going through in their minds and in their hearts. Still want to be able to show some love and respect to the gentleman, even if he did have a criminal record. Doesn't seem like anything too crazy. But yes, a lot of people go through so much out here, and a lot of people keep on fighting, and there's certain people that do give up. I want to give a shout out to the people that have lost and given up, and say sorry for your loss. Also, the people that are continuously moving every day, trying to make a better day and a better life for yourselves and your families. All I can say is God bless you, stay with you, and I pray that things get better for you moving forward. We ask that today in Jesus' name, as well as God's name. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. We got to get on over to Indiana. Ain't gonna believe this one. I'm going back to Indiana. Yeah, this one went back to Indiana, all right. This Indiana man rented a home next to his brother in St. Clara in order to get rid of him. I'm not making this up, you guys. They saying that he rented the house next to his brother, yeah, to do this.
Two brothers, one murderous plot. That is what Santa Clara police described today about a shooting and a house fire that erupted last week. Investigators say the suspect traveled thousands of miles to the South Bay, secretly rented a home next door to his brother, and eventually shot and killed him before taking his own life. Our crime reporter Henry Lee live at the Santa Clara Police Department with details on this disturbing case. Henry?
Yeah, disturbing indeed. Santa Clara police say this was a family dispute involving two estranged brothers, with the suspect ambushing his older brother as the victim was getting things from his own car.
Santa Clara mourns with you. A husband is gone, a father is gone, and no words from any of us can fill that absence.
Santa Clara Mayor Lisa Gilmore expressing sympathy to a family that's lost two relatives, one to gunfire, the other to suicide, while embracing a neighborhood still reeling from the deadly shooting and fire.
What happened on Enright Avenue was a deeply personal and private tragedy between two brothers, one that ended with devastating consequences for an entire family.
Detectives have concluded that this was a targeted homicide followed by suicide involving two adult brothers.
On Friday, officers found the victim, 52-year-old Mark Heflin, who had a wife and daughter, dead from gunshot wounds outside his home. Chief Corey Morgan says the killer was the victim's own brother, 49-year-old Matthew Heflin, who had been lying in wait.
After a brief verbal exchange, the suspect, who was concealing a firearm inside of a paper bag, opened fire.
The killing, authorities say, was part of a deadly plan hatched well in advance.
Investigators determined the suspect traveled from Indiana to California in a rental vehicle carrying multiple firearms and ammunition.
Police say the suspect had stayed in the greater San Jose area for several weeks before renting the home next door to his brothers in the 3 days before the attack.
Jack said, Indiana want me, but I ain't going back there. Jack said, I ain't going back to Indiana.
Family members were not aware the suspect was staying next door at any point.
Police say after shooting his brother, the suspect set the rental home on fire in a rear bedroom using fire logs he had delivered to him. He then killed himself. A gun was found near his body and another in his waistband. Police also found two other guns and $95,000 in cash, but the significance of the money still unclear. Authorities searched the suspect's home in Indiana, but did not find any notes or manifestos that would reveal a motive.
This is crazy.
Now, if all this sounds familiar, there was a similar tragedy in San Bruno just a few months ago. In that case, a man shot and killed his brother, set a home on fire, and then committed suicide. Live in Santa Clara, Henry Lee, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
And $950,000 is right there. Like, what's going on with that? Like, you serious? Like, what's up with that? That's crazy, you guys. I'm so sorry to hear about that story where two siblings lost their lives. Hopefully they get more information coming out about this. But we definitely want to pray for the lives lost and any of the family members that are suffering throughout this tragic time. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because yes, we got to get back on over to New York, and if I can make it there, yep, if you could make it here, you make it anywhere. New York, get over to the Bronx. Sad situation right here. I do not like reporting these stories. I'm hoping I'm making a mistake right now. We got a 1-year-old boy who lost his life in an apartment fire. Other children are in critical condition. You guys, New York, all states, if you are living in an apartment building, please remember, clear the area as fast as you can, if you can, and close those doors behind you. You'll be saving a life when you close a door. Or have maybe you guys need to work out a fire drill practice, because so many people are losing their lives to the same thing. And it's not wintertime where they're using heaters. So what's going on here? Let's get into this, guys. Let's go.
And new details coming from the scene of that deadly fire in the Bronx that killed a 1-year-old boy. 2 other children critically injured.
The fire breaking out today in an apartment building in Fordham. Eyewitness News reporter Sonia Rincon is live on the scene with new information. Sonia.
Shave and Mike, this fire broke out in the second floor apartment of a mother.
Thank you, Ice Shack Man.
Home with her children while her husband was at work. That's according to neighbors who tried desperately to save her 3 youngest. The mother ran out of her apartment screaming, "Fire, fire," as flames shot through the second floor window. Neighbor Manuel says the woman had 1 child with her, but there was too much smoke between her and her 3 youngest. She needed help finding them. He tried. He says it was so hot, so smoky. I opened the door, he says, but the smoke was overpowering. It would take firefighters battling through the smoke that had now filled the hallway to get the 3 small children out. They were in critical condition. A delivery worker captured the efforts to revive one of them on the sidewalk.
I feel very sad because I have 3 kids. This moment, when I see the kids, I think maybe the kids is died. I feel sad.
The youngest child, just a year old, died at a hospital. The FDNY says the fire, first reported at 3:40, was under control in an hour, and firefighters were able to attack it from the inside. But
we've had several of these fires lately where the occupants of the fire department have fled the building and left the apartment door open. That appears to be the case here again.
While closing the door may not have changed the tragic outcome in that apartment, officials say it would have prevented the oxygen-hungry flames from sweeping up the hallway, causing more injury and damage.
The minute you close that door, you give everyone else in the building an opportunity to flee.
Right.
And you give yourself more time to flee.
And if you keep on being worried about the windows in your hallway being open in the building, that's making a more of a vent, making more of a flow. So you guys that's walking that live in buildings, I mean, everybody think, when I was a super, I tell people, look, that's your apartment, not the hallway. How come you don't open the window in the hallway? I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. That's why we got an A when it comes down to efficiency. That means that in the wintertime, all of the heat stays in the building, don't it? Now I got to turn the boiler all the way up, which results in less money on oil, right? But no, we hot. How about this? Take your ass downstairs or go in your apartment. You don't live in the hallway. Anybody think about that? I used to be a stickler for that. You don't live in the hallway, and what you doing out here anyway? I used to be a crazy super, y'all. Oh man, I was a super. When I was a super, people used to be like, "Oh, we can't stand him." I was about to make a movie called Fooking, Super. Fucking super, because that's what they call me. Fucking super. I can't stand this guy because I was the one that always, sorry, you can't do that. Because when you don't get on top of stuff, that's when you have these problems. They would always be mad at me, but guess what? Building always clean, 100% on the efficiency, no violations. When I started doing that, I said, you know what? Hell with doing that super thing. I don't like doing that no more. How about manage buildings now? So yeah, we went into another lane and we've got a management company now. And that's what we do because we're better than those guys. And if you guys got a building, might want to holler at us, especially if in the New York, Chelsea area. We'll take care of you guys and make sure that you're straight. Really good building management as well. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because we've got the new DHS unit that is targeting green card holders. Uh-oh, let's see what's going on with this. Talking about the backdraft, about closing those doors, things that we said a couple of times, you guys. We got to keep those doors closed and we got to keep those windows closed. You're worrying about, because notice how anytime you open a door in the hallway, you feel the draft. If that door is closed, it stops right there. It starts to just stay right there. But as long as you got those doors open, you got the draft coming through. And even if you don't get the fire, you're going to get the smoke. And if anybody knows anything, the smoke hurts you more than anything. The smoke takes you out of here worse than anything. Oh yeah, we don't just do one thing. Like, oh, Boogotti, you do that. No, we do a couple of things over here. I got like 3 or 4 things happening over here. We are hustlers. We got to keep it moving in New York in order to survive. What are you guys thinking? Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's get some work going. I want to get this story right here out about the new DHS unit that is targeting green card holders. So if you got a green card, you might want to listen up. Let's go. Let's get it.
Let's talk about a little bit of this new reporting, Dara, specifically going after green card holders. How is the administration trying to justify that according to the reporting?
So this is something that they've actually done previously, earlier this year, with people who had been settled as refugees, saying, well, we're now going to go back and reopen your case because we think there might have been fraud here, or we think it might have been, improvidently granted, so we're going to re-vet it. In this case, honestly, we're looking at a fairly, if you can see, we're looking at a fairly small scope of things, right? Like this is not something where everyone who has a green card in the United States is going to be hauled back in for an interview, is going to be hauled into detention.
For your question, and I hate to stop this, you guys, you just want to do it real quick. Google fire doors. What is a fire door? It'll give you the great explanation. Not going to stop it forever, but preventing is what you want to do. Less smoke coming out, less fire coming out, so people can get enough time to get to where they got to go. I'm not telling you it's not gonna something get past it. The wall might go up in flames, but I'm just telling you, close that door and stop the vacuum from happening. And if you really want to look into it, or ask Chat GPT, perfect time to say, hey, Chat, why do people say it's good to have a fire door in an apartment building? It's going to tell you everything and explain what it does.
What's really remarkable, of course, is that you're putting an entire unit out just to target 50 people, right? It's about the resources that they're spending on that, as opposed to processing the green card applications that USCIS, which is responsible for, adjudicating these applications, currently has. It's an expression of them trying to use the legal immigration system to have there be fewer legal immigrants.
So what is the goal here? Is it the number, if the number is fewer legal immigrants, I guess you just answered that question pretty clearly. There's 50 or so that they're trying to go after, but by putting all of that effort onto that cause specifically and ignoring the people who are applying, you automatically lower the number of immigrants. Is this going to be a better strategy for this administration? They had been going after people on the street, was not working. Is this a quieter and potentially more effective strategy?
I mean, they're doing both at once, right? This is the agency that's responsible for, for looking at immigration applications is different from ICE, the agency which is doing the enforcement. So if they can, in theory, do both. Of course, both of these have something of the same thing at root, which is it doesn't matter if you have legal status in the United States. We're going to arrest you first. We're going to treat you as a suspect first and ask questions later. And that feeling that people who have all their papers in order, who actually do have legal status, that doesn't protect them from being swept up by ICE or having their status questioned by the government. It's that kind of insecurity that is really a problem for immigrants trying to make decisions about how safe they feel in the US.
Okay, understand that with your little purple, your little pink streak in the hair. I got you. We hear you loud and clear. And I thank her for her information and her input. We're gonna keep on moving forward right now because now we got a situation where the Fifth Circuit Court has vacated an order requiring states to redraw the Supreme Court line. How you guys doing this morning? You guys appreciating the content? We're making sure that we get everything out to you, trending topics, current events, and much more. Also, topics that we have not pressed on, like the one that we just watched. You appreciate the content, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell down there so that you know when we're on. And if you like to like the show, that's your phone. Double tap that screen and you're gonna see a smiley face or a heart. That means you've already liked it. Only can do it one time, you guys. Those guys that already like the show, go ahead and share it. Put it on your Facebook. Put it on one of your social networks and let everybody else know about our show. We're really working on getting up to 80,000 subscribers. And after that, that's right, you guys know what we're going for. 100 and then right to the million. We're not even playing. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got some work to get into. Let me keep on going forward with this. Is this the order to redraw the Supreme Court line? Let's go see what's going on with this redistricting.
An order requiring the state of Mississippi to redraw its Supreme Court lines has been vacated. Today, the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals struck down an order that would have brought the districts into compliance with
They're trying to draw the lines, you guys. A lot of new lines are trying to be redrawn.
the Voting Rights Act. The motion to vacate the decision had been stayed while on appeal, and while lower courts awaited the decision in Louisiana versus Calais, a Voting Rights Act challenge from that state. The ruling directly conflicts with District Judge Sharian Aycock, who determined Mississippi's nearly 30-year-old Supreme Court districts should be redrawn to ensure more Black justices could be elected. The state challenged that case in the Fifth Circuit. The case will now be remanded back to Aycock's court for further proceedings. In a statement, Governor Tate Reeves said the decision was a good day for those who believe in the principle that all Americans are created equal. A good day for law.
Didn't work. Let's keep on going, you guys.
News tonight.
You see what happened in Virginia. You see they tried to draw the lines in other places. It's not working, you guys. So hey, I don't know what to say about that, but I guess we could say it about both parties. You guys out there being real creative when it comes down to drawing lines and who can vote and what district can do what. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because New York City faces new real estate tax that threatens and could freeze sales. New York, that's right, you guys. We got another real estate tax that's coming in. You guys know it. It's the one for the billionaires, if I'm not mistaken. The one that they're trying to see if they can get some more money to come in. And, you know, we got a lot of protesters that are out here fighting back. So let's see what's going on right here.
It's another day in New York City. A Fox News alert to those arrests outside of the entrance of the Con Ed headquarters in New York City. It happened earlier today as protesters were demanding a gas-free NYC. Demonstrators getting in the faces, as you saw, some of the power company's employees trying to get into that building. Some also heard shouting, "Zoran, save us money." All right, John?
Well, noisy, aren't they? A new tax fight is heating up in New York City. Governor Kathy Hochul pushing a surcharge on second homes. Critics say the plan is not just confusing, but could freeze real estate deals in the Big Apple. Fox Business's Madison Allworth has the details. I take it she's building on what Mom Donnie was talking about.
Yes,
But she was saying that she wasn't with it at first, right? Remember when she had the interview, she was saying that she wasn't going to do it. You guys, we cannot trust them at all. She always says she's going to do something and guarantee what's going to happen. You guys are going to vote her back in and she's going to be even worse than she was the last time.
Absolutely, John. And it's important to note that what she's working on is the state budget, and then that feeds into what the city can do. So he has to wait for Hochul, and we are getting new details on what could go into that budget, into this tax, as well as a new tax proposal that could be included in the state budget. So let's start with the pied-à-terre tax, or that second home tax. Co-ops and condos carrying an assessed market value of at least $1 million will reportedly face an annual surcharge. And then after 2 years, that levy is going to be based off of the estimated sales price and applied on homes of $5 million or more. Then you have
So they want a cut of what you could possibly make when you sell your joint.
1 to 3 family homes worth over $5 million, they will be taxed on the sales price right off the bat. That two-tier system is quite confusing. We spoke to a New York City real estate broker who says it's absolutely confusing, and because assessed value is how the city calculates your property tax. It's not what you can actually sell the apartment for. He says that the state is rushing this through and it could backfire.
Buyers can take bad news. What they can't take is uncertainty. And right now we have both bad news and uncertainty for buyers. You get to a certain point where you worry about people just putting pencils down and saying, this is just not for me.
Not only that, but New York is like a forecast city. That's why I always do that. Not just because I'm here. We're like a forecast for the cities. Whatever we do here, a lot of people adapt it. And a lot of things other cities do, we adapt as well. But does that mean that these are good policies and good things that you guys are adapting in your city or state? Not if it's not working for your city or state. Just like this congestive pricing. You know why it's working for New York? Because they're hiding the money and they're not telling anybody where it's going to. That's why it's working. If it was really working, we'd see where that money was going. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got a judge that recuses himself in New Orleans for a criminal case now against a former New Orleans sheriff. Let's keep on going, you guys. Double tap that screen. Yes, we are going all the way out. No matter of fact, let's see what's... Nah, I don't want to do that. I had enough of this New York City stuff and all of that. Let's get on over to New Orleans and share some of the spotlight with them.
Good Friday afternoon to you. Thanks for being with us on Mike McDaniel. Former Orleans Parish Sheriff Susan Hudson and her former Chief Financial Officer Bianca Brown were back in criminal court today for their arraignment on charges tied to last year's massive jailbreak at the Orleans Justice Center.
That's right. We're talking about the Justice Center where all of those criminals were able to escape from because of the shabby conditions. They even wrote on the wall, look at, we got out of here. Some funny joke that they wrote on the wall talking about, thanks for making it so easy for us. You guys remember the Orleans jail escape? So yeah, that's the warden as well as a few other administrators are now being looked at, and the warden is actually being charged. And yes, we're giving away decals today as well as keychains. So if you guys, again, we can get up to 500 likes, we're going to be able to send out 6 of our bottom line keychains as well as 6 of our bottom line Purple Sunday decals, you guys. That's why we made it this way. Also, that means 12 pieces are going to be coming out if we get over 500 likes. All you got to do is email me the address in which you want your merch sent to, and guess what I'll do? I'm going to go in, I'm going to randomly select 12 people for 12 pieces. Let's try to get those likes up, you guys. I'm trying to give you guys an incentive here. Let's go. Let's get it up. Let's get it going. Appreciate you.
Before the hearing even got underway, there was chaos inside the courtroom and out. Chief Investigative Reporter David Hammer was there and joining us now live in the studio.
I know that one.
Hey, good afternoon, Mike. You know, I've been doing this a long time, and this might be the most eventful court hearing I've ever covered where nothing actually happened to move the case forward. And that's because Judge Leon Roche suddenly recused himself from the case, and now it has to be reallotted to another judge. Now, first, let me set the scene. Hudson went in and out of court this morning surrounded by security guards wearing Nation of Islam suits and bow ties. And this comes one day before the first anniversary of the 10-inmate jailbreak that happened under Hudson's watch. Now, that jailbreak triggered the state investigation that led to a 50-count indictment charging Sheriff Hudson and her former chief, Bianca Brown, with malfeasance, obstruction of justice, and filing false public records. Now, inside court, Assistant Attorney General Heather Hendricks arrived nearly 25 minutes late for the hearing. Everyone knew it was set for 9 a.m., but when Judge Roche scolded Hendricks for being late, she tried to argue the court traditionally starts at 9:20 or 9:30. She did finally apologize, but then Roche announced he was recusing himself from the case, citing conflicts involving other judges in the courthouse. And then there was this chaotic scene leaving court. Sheriff, what do you have to say to the... You knew you had plenty of money and you didn't fix the jail? What do you say to those allegations, Sheriff?
You see, he had the money, the guy had the bullhorn. She don't want to talk, leave her alone. But they was asking questions. You had the money to do it. Why didn't you fix anything?
And like that clerk of court case we're going to be talking about, this is yet another case pitting Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrill against New Orleans leaders. Murrill's Louisiana Bureau of Investigation alleges Hudson and Brown knowingly failed in their duties as keepers of the jail, alleging they had about $24 million cash on hand before the escape and didn't fix broken cell locks or increase staffing. Hudson and Brown both have pleaded not guilty, Mike.
Damn, you had the budget but didn't use it? That's crazy right there. Had a budget to fix the jail up but didn't use it. Oh God, we got an even worse one coming up here. Even worse. Sad situation here. We got a judge that sentences an Indiana bar power to 88 years in prison. You guys heard about this one. We've been following it up. He was inside the bar, went inside the girl's bra and pulled out the pow inside of the restaurant. Inside of the club. Yeah, you guys. Let's get into it real quick. 88 years is what he's been given.
Many people were traumatized as you saw everyone running out of the bar, ducking, hiding. Completely chaotic, scary scene that was caused. Given all that, I don't believe that concurrent sentences would be appropriate. Consecutive sentences are appropriate in this matter because all of these 6 individuals deserve separate sentences. That is what.
So no concurrent. They're not going to run the charges together is what they're saying. They want consecutive, separate charges, separate time for everything that you did separately. They think that the victims deserve that.
Was fair and appropriate. And given the aggravators and mitigators and balancing those, a mitigating sentence as to each of those counts also would not be.
But does it look like he even care? About to get 88 years and he's flicking his little braids around.
Appropriate. Each of these counts deserves to be served consecutively and each requires an aggravated sentence. That is what's fair and appropriate. So for count 1, the sentence will be 60 years. For count 2, 4 years. For count 3, 4 years. For count 4, that's an aggravated battery, that will be 12 years. For count 5, 4 years. For count 6, 4 years. All of those will be served consecutively, meaning one after the other. I'm going to find the indigent court costs. I'm not going to order a fine in this manner. Sir, you have the right to appeal both the conviction and the sentence. If you want to appeal, you need to let me know, because you only have 30 days to do so. You'll waive your appellate rights if you don't let me know within those 30 days. I can appoint the public defender agency to represent you now for purposes of it.
If you know what I know, he better get a buzz cut. Better take them long locks out because they start getting too long with that light skin in there. Big Bubba gonna come tap your cell and want to be your girl, be your boyfriend.
Gil, would you like me to appoint proper counsel to represent you? Yes, ma'am. Proper counsel is appointed. Is there anything else from either parties this time?
Judge, I just wanted to clarify that all of those sentences will be served in the Department of Corrections.
All of those will be served in the Department of Corrections. And then I'm going to set a date for the level 6 matter. And again, looking at the charge that was filed and looking at the probable cause affidavit, that feels like a one-day jury trial to me. About how far out should I set this?
Just, maybe 6 weeks, I would say.
That's fine, state.
Yeah, 80 years, homeboy. Hold that down. And they're going to be running consecutive, not concurrent. Concurrent is when you do all the time together and they look at it like the same amount of time. No. You got to do it consecutive. Separate. That's right, you guys. Sad situation, but I'm so glad for the victims. I'm happy for the victims, and I'm praying that the family got what they wanted and they can come to an end with and get closure after this situation. Because remember, he's not getting time for anything. He's getting time for major crimes that he committed and hurting people. Amen. Let's keep on going, you guys. And yeah, going straight over back to Indiana because they've been acting up in Indiana. We got this one. Is that? Oh no, we're going over to Utah. Sorry, you guys. Charlie Kirkland. That's right. We got to get on over there, but that's not what the story is about. This story here is about a mom that was sentenced to life in prison for poisoning her husband with Fetty Wap. Yeah, Fetty Wap. Let's go. Let's see what's going on here, you guys.
Today, Corey Richards, the Utah mother found guilty of murdering her husband by poisoning with fentanyl, was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The mother of 3 watched as her children's counselor read emotional letters they wrote to the judge.
I was 9 when my dad was murdered. What I would like to see happen if the perpetrator is convicted of the crime, I would like to see Corey get a life sentence.
Richard's case making national headlines when she was arrested for her husband Eric's murder after writing a children's book about grief.
I want the judge to know my dad was a good person and I miss my dad. I miss my dad, but I do not miss how my life used to be. I don't miss Corey, I will tell you that.
Prosecutors said that Richard slipped
I gotta feel some kind of way with your kid calling you by your first name like that, boy.
5 times the lethal dose of fentanyl into a cocktail that she made for her husband. They said Richards killed her husband for money while planning to start a new life with a new man. At the time of the murder, Richards' home flipping business was millions of dollars in debt. One by one, family members read victim impact statements.
Yet despite everything he gave, his life was taken from him, not by a stranger, but by a person he should have been able to trust.
He told me he would live his life through hell every single day of his life until his youngest was 18, because he believed Corey was the most evil person he had ever met. He knew that his sons did not like her.
Corey then speaking out.
The one thing I need you boys to know, I did not abandon you. I did not just walk out of your lives one day to never return, to never call, to never show up.
But prosecutors say she had plotted to murder her husband and had already made plans for a vacation with her boyfriend. In March, Richards was found guilty on all 5 counts, including murder, insurance fraud, and forgery. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Sad situation right there. Now you see that family still grieving too. And somebody in the comments said that was a court date that I would have missed. Being a defendant, I wouldn't have wanted to go to that one because she got a lot to go. She have a lot of explaining to do, and not even explaining. But you're the closest person. You're his wife. You're his rib. You're supposed to hold him down, and that's what you do. How about just divorce the man? We want to pray for his soul. We want to thank the fact that we got to the bottom of this case, and we want to thank the fact that the daughter is getting past this with trying her best with therapy, it seems like. And anybody else that's affected by this tragedy, I want to pray for you guys as well. The sons can't see their father ever again, or because of one woman's greed and her just wanting to leave and be with somebody else. Terrible situation right there, you guys. All you had to do was leave, lady. That would have been it. Amen. But she wanted the money. She didn't want to just leave. She wanted to leave with some money because her house flipping business wasn't doing so good. So she got what she deserved. Let's get on over here to New Jersey. We got 13 arrested and locked up. Watch your head for human trills trafficking. Let's go. Come on, you guys. Yeah, in New Jersey. That's right. You probably didn't think it was happening in New Jersey, but yeah, let's go.
More than a dozen people are facing charges tonight in connection with the human trafficking and drug distribution ring operating in Central and South Jersey. This ring was operating in these areas you see highlighted here: Burlington, Camden, Ocean, and Middlesex counties. State investigators allege the 2 men at the center of that ring worked out of hotels in South Jersey. NBC 10's Shabbat McGurl has more on the year-long investigation and the support being offered to victims.
Maple Shade, Burlington County. State police say this is just one community where this human trafficking and drug distribution ring operated, a case that touched several counties. Just look at this map: Central and Southern New Jersey. The Attorney General's office shared this
Got
chart
focus.
showing the 13 people now facing charges in connection, showing the size of the operation. State investigators identified the leaders as Shelby Hicks from Pennsauken and Nathaniel Clegg from Mount Laurel,
who, according to the filed court documents, allegedly recruited and controlled women, profited from their exploitation, and maintained that control through financial dependence, manipulation, and the distribution of controlled dangerous substances.
Investigators say Hicks controlled a portion of the enterprise operating out of a Pennsauken hotel, while Clegg is accused of controlling operations out of a Maple Shade hotel. The Attorney General said the year-long investigation led by New Jersey State Police Human Trafficking Unit revealed women engaged in commercial sex acts on their behalf, providing them with all the money they earned.
Hicks and Clay in turn gave the victims illicit drugs along with food and lodging.
Search warrants were conducted at several locations, including this property in Pennsauken and this motor lodge in Maple Shade. Neither were able to comment. His hotel, also in Maple Shade, was searched as well. We spoke with one of the workers there.
I'm shocked. We not even allow this kind of things in our hotel.
Investigators say 15 victims were recovered and connected to resources.
Today's takedown sends a
Now they don't condone it, but when that money was coming in and was coming on time, they didn't see nothing, didn't hear nothing.
message. Organized criminal enterprises that profit from human suffering will not operate unchecked in New Jersey.
Attorneys were not yet listed for Clay or Hicks, and authorities encouraged any other victims to reach out. We have got contact information at our NBC 10 app. In Maple Shade, I'm Siobhan McGurl, NBC 10 News.
Got him. 13, well, 12 plus 1, 13 people, you guys. Got them off the streets, and hopefully these women will get back their lives, and hopefully they stop doing stuff like that. But hey, I've heard in the past where people say, I make more money doing that than getting a regular job. But guess what? They weren't even making any money. Did you guys hear what was going on? They would get the money and give it all to them. PIMP in 2026. They better be careful because them pandering charges, woo, pandering, y'all look that up. I think it starts at like 70 years or something like that for pandering, depending on the status. Let's keep on moving forward and double tap that screen. You got to get on over to the Carolinas. We got some murder suspects who's been denied bond after a body was found in a burning car. Come on, you guys. Yeah, we going everywhere today. I told you we going everywhere.
Two people accused in a Spartanburg County murder case faced a judge today after investigators say human remains were found in a burning car. 22-year-old Jalen Sinclair was denied bond after being charged with murder and a weapons charge. His girlfriend, 19-year-old Destiny Vanderford, who is charged as an accessory after the fact, was granted a $50,000 bond. The Spartanburg County Sheriff's Office says deputies were first called to LaCree Lane last night for reports of a shooting. When they got there, investigators say they found evidence of a shooting, but no victim. A short time later,
This what happened when you want a bad boy, girls. You want a bad boy. You like the bad, 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 bad boys. They make you feel so good until something like this happened. Well, they like the bad boys. You know how the girls, all the nice, pretty girls, they like the bad boys.
deputies received a second call about a car on fire on Sibley Street and Stephen Grove Road along railroad tracks. Investigators say the fire was connected to the shooting investigation, and after the fire was put out, first responders found human remains in the back seat of the car. And just in the last hour, the coroner's office identifying the victim as 33-year-old Harold Sinclair III. Now, the sheriff's office did confirm Jalen and Harold are related. And for more details on this case and what exactly the girlfriend said to the deputies, you can head to this story on our website at foxcarolina.com.
I can't believe this. So many people are doing this to their families. They're acting like family's not even family anymore. So you guys see the reason why I act the way that I act. And there's people in the comments that say, yeah, sometimes, and I'm going to tell you straight up and then I'm going to say it. Sometimes family will do you worse than an enemy will, or than a stranger will. Family, I don't know what it is, you guys. I know everybody doesn't experience this, but some families and some situations, I do believe some family will do you worse than a stranger will. Yeah, I've seen it happen before. Let's keep on moving forward after we put the prayers in the air for the people who lost their lives in the back of the burning vehicle, who they found. Want to pray for everyone that lost their lives in this situation, and hopefully they come to justice and we get to the bottom line and find out what's going on with this. Let's keep moving forward, you guys. Coast Guard, pow-powing, warning pow-pows. Yeah, I keep on telling you guys, I don't know what they paying them. I don't know what they convincing them. I don't know what they giving them before they put them in them boats. Hey, we're going to give you this. We're going to give you that. But let me tell you something. I don't know what the conversation is. They must have these people under rocks if they have not been seeing the videos of what's happening when they try to run them smuggling boats. But you still got some of them out there who's willing to do it. So this one right here, the Coast Guard, I guess he tired. He just playing with them. He like, poop, poop, poop. Poop, 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 I think you need to turn around. So he gets tired and he takes them out. I mean, it's getting to the point where now they can play around with you out there. So all of you SM ugglers who's trying to get D-Rugs and Fetty Wap over here, I don't know what they paying you, but they paying you no attention because whatever you're doing to come out here and do that, at this point, you must be stupid or on the drugs that you're trying to run. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, and double tap that screen to get those likes up because they just playing with them right here. Powing in front of the speedboat. Yeah, you might want to slow that down. Yeah, you might want to turn around. Now they said, you know what, we're not even gonna play with them no more. They took out the motor, and what they seized more than 6,000 pounds of illegal D-rugs with a street value of nearly $46 million. I do not know what they paying them to do these runs. And he's literally aiming at the motor right now and getting it. Like, this guy got some aim. The illegal narcos that were found in 3 suspected smuggling boats near Cartagena. Cartagena, Colombia, y'all. Got them. Cartagena. So now he just playing with him. He can do whatever he want at this point. He just playing with him. So yeah. Basically gave him some rafts. Like, get on that and come on up here. He's playing with him. You guys see, playing with him. He can do whatever he wants. He's playing with him. Oh man, if that, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they paying them, but at that point, I have no idea. I don't know what they paying them, y'all. You know what they might not be paying them. They might be like, look, I got your family over here. Get it across the other side. You never know what they telling them people to do in order to get them out in that water. Because I know anybody smart, they like this. You know what? I ain't going out there. He was just playing with them. He could have took them out at any time. Y'all, what y'all think about that? That was crazy. Do. Now they turn around. Do. Just playing with them. Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's go. We got to get on over to Poland Spring. What it means to steal from Maine. Seems like a lot of people like to steal from Maine. Let's get on over there. We got another situation. We're not exactly stealing, but we got a boom, boom, boom. Anybody hear about the explosion in Maine at the lumber mill? 1 injured and one person lost his life and 10 people are injured. Let's get on over to Maine, you guys, because like I said, we got a lot going on.
One firefighter is dead after battling through this apocalyptic scene. A massive explosion and fire tearing through the lumber mill in Maine. At least 10 other people injured, several critically, as crews raced to contain the swift-moving blaze. Dramatic drone video showing flames shooting through the Robbins lumber mill in Searsmont, about 90 minutes northeast of Portland. The roof of one building collapsing as firefighters worked to contain the fire, frantically calling for backup.
They need bigger trucks than that for all this. They need New York City fire out there. They need big trucks. They need dumping water on this.
Authorities say every fire department in the county was called in. At least 3 fire trucks destroyed in the blaze.
Upon my arrival, I walked up to this very chaotic scene initially because of the magnitude of the fire involvement and the amount of sheer buildings that were on fire.
And this morning, we're hearing from the heartbroken owners of the family-run company. The Halsteads laying eyes on what's left of their business, dating back to the late 1800s.
It's obviously a hugely devastating day for the family. We feel for the first responders, the family, the employees.
And the state's only level 1 trauma center is now confirming that it's treating 10 patients that were hurt in that explosion, several in serious and critical condition.
You guys, it was lumber scraps, all sorts of dry wood around. That's why it went up like that.
Just an awful story. Okay, Morgan, thank you.
So yeah,
One firefighter is dead after battling through this apocalypse.
So 1 firefighter lost his life. 10 people are injured. 3 fire trucks totally can't even. You can forget about those fire trucks. They done. Can't even salvage them anymore. But what we want to do over here is pray for the firemen. I want to pray for the fight. I want to pray for the love and consideration. I want to pray for the people. I want to pray for the commitment to doing their jobs, which all first responders always do. Walking into the face of adversity like that, not knowing what they're going to walk into. Father God, I want to protect all of our first responders, all of our nurses, and all of our doctors. Please, amen, by the today, please put it in the air, because you guys, if it wasn't for our first responders, our firefighters, our EMS workers, and our police officers too, there'd be a lot of people in trouble. And I've been saved by a few of them in different times. So yes, we got love, because everybody's not a bad guy. Some people are really good, even when it come down to those cops that you guys don't like. So yes, first responders, firemen, we have nothing but love for you over here. We totally support you. Amen. Yeah, firemen, first responders, nurses, thumbs up in our book over here. Thumbs up. Couldn't live without you guys. They run inside the flames. They run inside the drama. You don't even know what they got to deal with, but they going to the first ones into it. So yes, and you see how all of those counties came together, and you could tell that that was a real big blaze, because he was fighting like, we need all the help that we can get. They called in everybody, and it still was crazy. Imagine if they wouldn't have called those other fire engines in. It probably would still be going on. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. We got 3 that's been charged in the takedown of a multi-million-dollar. Oh, really? We got a Fetty Wap ring going on in Philadelphia. We got some Fetty Wap in Philadelphia that I can't even talk about, but let's get into it, y'all. Let's go.
Drug bust right in our backyard with multiple people facing charges. We are talking millions of bags of fentanyl off the streets. And Joanne, the investigation still going on. That's right, Dawn. Good evening, everyone. Law enforcement officials here today laid bare the scope of a massive drug trafficking takedown, an operation that effectively removed more than 2 million doses of fentanyl from the streets.
Wow. 2 million doses, y'all. Check this out. Let's go.
On the extremely liberal amount, that's 7 million bags of fentanyl that didn't hit the streets of Philadelphia. What you're seeing here today is the result of a long-term coordinated investigation into a violent drug trafficking organization operating throughout Philadelphia and extending into New Jersey and other areas of Pennsylvania.
Blocks of fentanyl packaged in plastic
You see why Kensington is so bad, huh?
wrap and in tiny packets stamped with names like Border King. This is what police confiscated.
When agents made entry into that home, this fentanyl packaging operation was actually in full swing. This is a fentanyl bagging house. It's much like an assembly line in a factory.
And this is one of 2 houses where it all went down. 3145 Wellington Street in the Mayfair section of Northeast Philly.
You wouldn't even think of nothing like that going on next door in your house.
It's in the block. What happens in the neighborhood? This used to be a nice northeast neighborhood.
Neighbors, too fearful to show their face on camera, watched Wednesday as police broke down the front door of the brick row home.
They're literally living next door to families, y'all.
Everyone was more worried that we had to take over, we had to evacuate.
Inside, 3 suspects caught off guard with massive amounts of drugs intended for users in Kensington and beyond.
What you're looking at over here is about $2 million worth of fentanyl. This is about 2.5 million doses of fentanyl. Each dose had the potential to kill.
The operation, a collab of the U.S. Homeland Security Task Force with local, state, and federal authorities.
These drug traffickers
Let's get those likes up, you guys. We got good news coming in. This is good news for us to get all this Fetty Wap off the street. If you appreciate the content and everything that you guys are seeing here this morning on Our Bottom Line on Purple Sunday, one of our favorite days, just go ahead and double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up to get more people over here to see what's going on. And yes, if we get up to 500, don't seem like we're going to do it, but if we do, I got something for you, for you, for you, and you, and you. These decals right here, going to be sending out 6 of them. 6 Our Bottom Line decals, as well as 6 Our Bottom Line keychains. That's a piece of plastic right there. You just snatch that off, and now you got yourself an Our Bottom Line keychain. We're going to be giving away 6 and 6. That's 12 pieces, you guys. All you got to do is email me at bridgethisllc@gmail.com. Again, bridgethisllc@gmail.com. But don't do it if we don't reach 5, because I pay attention to the numbers. Let's try to get those numbers up. It helps get the message out to many more people. And guess what's coming up next? The health and wellness section. So you guys that don't like health and wellness, that ready to run when it happens, here's your pre-warning. Health and wellness is coming up, so you might want to get your Cartoon feet ready to run. Yeah, let's go. Double tap that screen. Let's go ahead and get that up. Get those merch pieces out. Let's go. Let's go.
Leave behind them a wake of misery and death.
3 were arrested and charged with felony drug trafficking, conspiracy, and related offenses.
The operations were fruitful and effectively ended this trafficking operation.
Don't tell me how to do my business, please.
A major drug
Yo, Rudy, don't tell me how to do my business. Just do the show, okay? Thank you.
bust. But the experts say as one crew is dismantled, another one with likely ties to cartels quickly fills that vacuum and appetite for synthetic opioids. This investigation far from over. It is continuing. The task force is still in effect.
Good work.
Northeast Philadelphia. I'm Joanne Pileggi, Fox 29 News. Back to you, Don.
That was good work right there, you guys. That was record numbers taken off the street. And you know where it was headed to, right? Kensington, where they're going to be like this out there all over again. Thank you so much, Terry, for showing love and giving out those memberships. They appreciate it. You got one person that snatched it. Don't know where it went to. Where did it go? Who got it, y'all? Let's see who got that membership. Let us know who was able to grab that membership. I know they'd be in the comments like, yo, Boogotti, I gave away 5 memberships. I was trying to give it to such and such and this person. No, no, no. They're random. When you do the gifts like that, they go to random people. Could have been the person that's been here the longest. Could have been the person that just popped in. How did I find out? I Googled it and I went to YouTube. I'm like, how come you can't? They said it's not like that. When you do the gifts, it goes to random people. So whoever randomly got those gifts, God bless you. Now keep the memberships up. Don't let that be a startup for nothing. Because guess what we got to do right now? We got to get into one of our favorite segments here. We all love it. Every single one of us really do. I know I do. It's made the show much better. And it brought us together in a whole different light that we never had before. And guess what that is? That is the health and wellness section of Our Bottom Line. Thank you again, Teddy. Appreciate you so much. And guess what we're going to do today? We're going to talk about your kidneys. Oh no, Boogotti, I'm young. My kidneys is fine. I'm not even 30 years old yet. Oh yeah? I don't smoke. I don't drink. Oh yeah? What do you guys know about ultra processed foods? What do you guys know about that oatmeal or that food that you're eating and you think it's so good for you? But guess what? It's got something in it. And guess what your kidney's job is? To clean it. Your kidneys are cleaning out your blood so many times a day, it's not even funny. Thank you so much, Miss Wanza, for the memberships. You guys get on that. Yes, you guys, your kidneys, it doesn't matter what age you are. Because guess what? In these days and times, age is but a number, especially if you're a person that eats ultra processed foods every day. That means you're more susceptible to your kidneys having problems because guess what happens when your kidneys try to process ultra processed foods that's already processed? It can't. And then it starts to store things in areas it's not supposed to, creating calcium, carcinogens that lead to cancer, and much, much more. You guys, this is the number one worst foods for your kidneys. Yo, Bugatti, but I'm young. Oh, yeah? Do you eat ramen noodles? Do you eat cereal? Do you eat potato chips? Guess what? All of them are things that could damage your kidneys. So stop with that age crap over here. When we give out information, it's for everybody. We care about everyone. We deal with the masses. Let's get into it, you guys. Let's go. We're going to do this and we're going to run it up and we're going to put it in the Discord and we're going to get to work right now with my favorite segment, the health and wellness segment. The number one worst food for your kidneys. Don't get no easier than that. And don't hit me with no age crap neither, because you can be 15 and have problem with your kidney, believe it or not. The number one worst foods for your kidneys. And where is this coming from? Think science. Let's get into it, you guys. Let's get to work. Health and wellness coming at you. And let's care about our kidneys. Because guess what? You don't got to be a smoker or a drinker to have bad kidneys.
Controlling your blood pressure with microscopic precision. Now imagine it being slowly Your kidney is filtering hundreds of liters of blood every day, controlling your blood pressure with microscopic precision. Now imagine it being slowly burned, scarred, and suffocated without causing a single symptom. That's how kidney damage actually begins. You don't need to be an alcoholic or diabetic. The real danger comes from everyday foods, some marketed as healthy, that quietly attack your kidneys at a cellular level. And here's the terrifying part. By the time you feel pain or notice urine changes, it's too late. Up to 90% of kidney function can already be gone. I'm going to use myself and my mom as a perfect example. My mom had renal failure. She had kidney problems because it started off with diabetes. She was overweight. She was a big mama, beautiful lady, very nice lady, lovable, very stern Southern Baptist woman. Loved fried chicken, loved cooking certain types of meals, talking about all sorts of the best foods that you can ever have. My mama biscuits. I'm not playing with you. My mama biscuits would have made Martin's mother run through the wall. I'm not playing with you. She had a way of making them that nobody could mess with, like a honey glaze on the outside of it. And her biscuits wasn't biscuits. She had biscuits that was like this big, and the shape did not matter. You come in my mother's house and say, she say, what do you want, a biscuit or a piece of chicken? 9 times out of 10, the people would say, I'd rather a biscuit. And I've never heard nothing like that anywhere with people taking a biscuit over some meat. I'm serious about that. Now let's keep moving forward. My mother got to a stage where they told me she's got to work out. We got to have her doing a little bit of workout, got to have her moving around. So I went to her, Mom, they need you to move around. They want you to do some work. 1 flight up the steps and 1 flight down every day. That's all they want you to do. She didn't listen to me. Didn't listen to me. Nephews were sneaking in Diet Pepsi, sneaking in soda. One day I opened up the cabinet in the bottom to get something to clean the sink with. I see 2 Diet Pepsis out there. I'm like, where this came from? You better not touch my soda. Psst, psst, psst. Boom, 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 straight down the drain. Now she's cursing me out. I don't care because what? I got to deal with your dialysis. And if you guys know anything about dialysis, you can actually drown yourself from inside. That's right. You got too much liquid goes into your lungs, and now you're literally drowning yourself. So when they were giving her this, they did not know what they were doing. I'm the one that was on top of this, really serious about the kidney. Long story short, we go to the hospital. They do a test on her kidneys. And I'm thinking, okay, let's see what we got here. This is before the renal failure, before the dialysis. They say to me, 75%. So I'm like, woo! That means that 75% is good of your kidney and 25% is bad. So that we can work on this, we'll still be able to have a good flow, still have good things going on because you got 75% of your kidney that's going good, Ma. Doctor looked at me and said, no, sir. I'm trying to tell you that 75% of the kidney is bad. It's gone. Automatically had to go on dialysis. That day, we went on dialysis. 3 times a week, we had to do it. Dialysis, dialysis, dialysis. No matter what, they got to clean the blood, put it back in. After a while, people get aggravated. You got all types of psychological things going on where they get angry because whatever they eat, they don't keep the nutrients. It's a lot of physical and mental things that go along when you're on dialysis. Long story short, it got worse. And yes, my mom passed because of the renal failure, being on dialysis, and because of kidney failure. Automatically changed my diet. Now I'm vegan. I don't care what nobody's saying. I got to fight against this. I want to make sure that I'm not part of the same system that took my mom out. So my fight is not just about myself. It's a mission. It's about helping people out as well. This is very important to me when it comes down to this category. Hopefully you guys do stick around and stop with that age crap. Has nothing to do with your age, especially depending on what you've been eating. Let's get into it. Let's keep on going. Today, we stop that before it's too late. We're counting down the top 10 kidney destroyers, breaking down exactly how they damage your kidneys and how to reverse the risk, starting with number 10, something almost everyone eats every morning. Number 10 is the high sodium trap, but not in the way you have been told. We are specifically talking about sodium from ultra-processed sources like canned soups, frozen dinners, and those seemingly innocent savory sauces. I'm gonna put a name on this. I'm gonna put Campbell's soup out there, just calling you guys out for it is what it is with all of the sodium. And then you got the progressive soup with a lot of sodium, but they do have another one that's supposed to be less sodium and organic. I don't trust either 3. I would not mess with
with Progressive or any Campbell's. Call me what you want.
Sodium itself is essential for life. Without it, your nerves would not fire and your muscles would not contract. The problem isn't the salt shaker on your steak. The problem is the source of the sodium and the total absence of its partner, potassium. In your body, there is a delicate balance that acts like a seesaw. On one side is sodium, and on the other is potassium. When you consume ultra-processed foods, you are getting a massive injection of industrial salt with almost zero potassium. This imbalance forces your body to panic. To dilute that salt, your body holds on to water. This creates a state of hyperfiltration. Number 9 is a morning.
You love it, don't you? Coffee creamer, right? You're not going to believe this. Do you have any idea what they put in the coffee creamer to make it white? It's very simple, you guys. You're not going to want to say it. It's all over these walls. You know what they put in coffee creamer to make it white? They don't care about us, y'all. Paint.
Ritual that is quietly clogging your filtration system. Non-dairy coffee creamers. You might think you are doing your body a favor by avoiding dairy, but take a closer look at that bottle. These products are essentially a chemical slurry of industrial oils, corn syrup solids, and thickeners.
Who's been here for about a month or a month and a half? We went over slurries already. We talked about slurries and what slurries are. They're made out of what? Out of high processing and out of plants. And what do? They make these slurries, and then they just mix in certain chemicals to make it what they want to make it. So it's not anything good for us. It's ultra processed crap.
The specific villain here involves whitening agents and emulsifiers. To make that liquid look white and creamy like milk, manufacturers often use microscopic particles that act like industrial paint. When you drink this every morning, these particles enter your bloodstream. Your kidneys are tasked with the impossible job of filtering them out.
Because it's not a natural, it's not a vitamin, it's not a calorie, it's not anything pure. Now the kidney's trying to put it to the side. Like, what do I do with this foreign object here? What the hell do I do with this foreign object? I can't filter this. Again, when you're eating stuff like, believe it or not, smoothies, you know what that is? It's already been broken down by the system. So it skips certain things. It's okay to let certain things get skipped if it's still got nutrients in it and things like that. But when you eat like one of those smoothies, think about it. Now your body's not breaking anything down. The teeth are not doing anything. The tongue only has a job of pushing it down. Think about what's being cut out in these processes. Now think about a foreign product that's being introduced to your body that your kidney is supposed to delegate where it needs to go to. What does it go to the trash? Do I do anything with this? It's confusing. Think about it. Let's get into it. Let's go.
But because these particles are not food, they can get stuck in the delicate tissue of the kidney, causing low-grade inflammation. Furthermore, the emulsifiers used to keep the oil and water mixed can strip away the protective lining of your gut. This allows toxins to leak into your bloodstream, forcing your kidneys to work overtime to clean up the mess.
That's why I stopped drinking that Tropicana juice many, many years ago. Not the Tropicana orange juice, because I've been stopped drinking that. But my favorite thing used to be the citrus punch. In the summertime, tastes like a little bit peach. I used to get the big one. I used to drink like 2 or 3 of those every single day. Tropicana citrus punch every single day until I started feeling this acid reflux in my stomach. And then when I wasn't drinking it, it felt like my stomach was bothering me. That's because I was damaging the lining of my stomach.
You are essentially asking your kidneys to clean up a toxic spill every single morning. If you need creaminess, stick to real heavy cream, coconut milk, or even a high-quality butter. Number 8 is alcohol. We all know alcohol affects the liver, but its impact on the kidneys is arguably just as severe. The damage here creates a perfect storm for tissue death. First, alcohol is a potent diuretic. It blocks the signal to your brain that tells your kidneys to hold on to water. This is why you visit the bathroom so frequently when drinking. This rapid fluid loss thickens your blood, making it sludge-like and much harder for the kidneys to push through their filters.
So instead of you guys at the bar drinking, like, oh, I done had too much to drink, let me go in the bathroom and drink and use the bathroom. You're actually getting rid of all the real good liquids and you're keeping all the other liquids in you. And yeah, it's coming from somebody who has an alcohol and deal with liquor, but I got to keep it 100 with you guys, not going to lie. And I'm also going to tell you too, anything in moderation is, as long as you have moderation, you have too much, that's fine. Don't go too crazy with it. Maybe one drink, which is why some of the drinks are kind of strong to make sure that you only need one. Certain ones, you know which one I'm talking about, right? And also, it should be made with the best of ingredients, like Manischewitz grape, maybe, or it should be processed a certain amount of times to make sure all of the foreign objects are taken out of it. And also, it could probably be all grain natural spirits. Let's go.
But the bigger issue is the toxic byproduct of alcohol digestion. Breaking down alcohol creates free radicals, unstable molecules that act like little wrecking balls, damaging the cells of your kidneys. And there is a hidden kicker: uric acid. Alcohol, particularly beer and sweet mixers, dramatically spikes uric acid levels. Uric acid is not a liquid. At high concentrations, it forms microscopic needle-like crystals. These crystals can lodge in the kidney tissue, causing physical damage and kidney stones. If you are going to drink, stick to clear spirits in moderation.
And for every one drink, you're gonna want 2 cups of water so it can help your kidneys process. Or you can do what my godmother did. My godmother Hattie, she had a whole bunch of mineral oil. She used to tear that mineral oil up to line that stomach first. Okay, you guys, alcohol, but guess what's after this? You're not gonna believe it. Do you believe that green tea is almost even worse?
And for every glass of alcohol, you must drink 2 glasses of water to keep the system flushed. Number 7 is going to shock a lot of health enthusiasts. It is the green smoothie. This is a classic case of too much of a good thing. You decide to get healthy, so you take 3 cups of raw spinach, a handful of almonds, maybe some beets, and you blend it up. You have just created a cocktail that is potentially explosive for your kidneys due to a compound called oxalates. Oxalates are naturally occurring compounds found in plants to protect them from being eaten. Under normal circumstances,
I made a mistake, not green tea, green smoothies, and the way that they made them here. Not tea, you guys. Let's get that right, Boogotti. Smoothies, green smoothies.
you chew your food and your body handles them fine. The problem arises when you blend massive quantities of them into a liquid form. When you drink a smoothie, you are bypassing digestion and flooding your system with a high concentration of these oxalates. If your gut health isn't perfect, these oxalates get absorbed into the bloodstream and travel to the kidneys. Here, they meet calcium and bind together to form sharp crystals. These are the building blocks of the most painful type of kidney stones.
All sorts of ways to develop kidney stones. So I would look at this if I were you guys and us as what not to do to get kidney stones. Also, moderation. Don't need to be drinking a lot of alcohol. One drink is fine. Like I said, when it comes down to the green smoothies, you got to be careful with that because of what can happen with that. You want to just take things in moderation and not so much compact and so much impactful. Not so much greens. Mix it with something else. Add some carrots and things like that. Not so much of just one element all of the time. And pay attention to what's in what you're eating. That's another thing. Because one thing can conflict with another ingredient. Let's keep on going. And also, you guys, I tell you all the time, consult your doctor before you do any of these things, because you may be on medication and you may be on a different regimen that this may not work for you. I don't want to be responsible for that. And I want to make sure that all of us are really healthy and really getting something out of this.
But even before they form a stone large enough to block a duct, millions of tiny microcrystals can form in the kidney tissue, causing inflammation and scarring. The key here is moderation. If you love smoothies, swap the spinach for lower oxalate greens like arugula, or simply eat your greens cooked, which reduces the oxalate load significantly. Number 6 brings us to the diet trap. Artificial sweeteners. People switch.
How many people say, hey, let me get a burger with fries and a Diet Coke because they think they're doing something with the Diet Coke? Not.
To diet sodas to save their kidneys from sugar, which is noble, but they may be trading one poison for another. We are talking about the fake sugars found in zero-calorie drinks. While they are marketed as safe, your body often doesn't know how to process these foreign chemical structures. There are two major issues here. First, your body is not designed to filter out these laboratory-made chlorinated sugar molecules. Long-term consumption places a heavy strain on the kidney's ability to regulate the acidity of your blood. Second, and perhaps more importantly, is the metabolic confusion. These sweeteners trick your brain into expecting sugar. When the sugar doesn't arrive, your body creates an insulin response anyway. This metabolic confusion can lead to insulin resistance over time, which damages the lining of the blood vessels in the kidney. Major observational studies have shown that people who drink multiple diet sodas a day often see a decline in kidney function compared to those who don't. If you need sweetness, look toward natural plant-based options like pure stevia or monk fruit. Number 5 is processed meat. Deli slices, bacon, sausages, and pepperoni. We need to make a very clear distinction here. This is not about the protein. High-quality animal protein is actually essential for rebuilding kidney tissue. The villain here is the preservation process. Processed meats are loaded with nitrates and preservatives to keep them pink and fresh for
inorganics, yeah.
weeks on a shelf. When you eat these preservatives, especially when they are cooked at high heat like frying bacon, they convert into cancer-causing compounds in the gut.
But you guys do know that they put colors inside of the food and things like that. We had somebody here yesterday that was actually admitting to it. They know about that. Food coloring, especially when the meat start getting brown. They're like, oh, we got to do something to try to keep the money in our pockets. They literally color the food with like fake blood and make the color come back. Never seen that before? We're going to do a video on that one.
But there is another factor called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. These are sticky compounds that form when protein binds with sugar or fat under high heat. Think of these sticky molecules getting lodged in the tiny filters of the kidneys, gumming up the works. Your body attacks these sticky blobs, causing inflammation and eventual hardening of the kidney tissue. The misconception is that all meat is bad for kidneys, but that isn't true. A grass-fed steak or a roasted chicken breast does not carry this toxic load.
You guys saw yesterday the processing of hamburgers, of hot dogs, of also chicken nuggets, that gooey stuff that they make them out of, a slurry, and then they bring it back together again, and then they put some sort of lining of the stomach to make to make it close. You guys, it's processed crap. It's not good for us. Processed foods are not good for us. And in the long run, it really gives us the possibility of getting cancer and many more diseases. When it comes down to the processed and created sugars, our body is used to breaking down regular sugar. Just bad enough that we're eating sugar, but our body can break it down. But when it comes down to certain sugars and certain things, your body is not designed to break down lab-grown processed things that are ultra processed. It's really hard, and as you guys see here, it's trying to sort out where to put these foreign agents at. And if it's not able to do that, it'll sit, and next thing you know, it'll become something else, and it'll be worse because it may cause cancer. Let's keep on going, you guys.
It is the factory processing you must avoid. Number 4 is a hidden ingredient found in almost all fast food and packaged goods: inorganic phosphates. Phosphate is a mineral your body needs for bone health. However, in nature, phosphate is bound to protein and is slowly absorbed. Your body only absorbs about half of the natural phosphate found in eggs or meat. The food industry, however, uses inorganic phosphate as a preservative and flavor enhancer. The terrifying thing about this inorganic version is that it is almost 100% absorbable. It floods your bloodstream immediately. When your blood phosphate levels spike, your body pulls calcium out of your bones to balance it. This calcium phosphate mixture circulates in the blood and can deposit in soft tissues. This leads to something called calcification. Literally, your blood vessels and the delicate tubes inside your kidneys begin to turn to stone. They harden and lose their flexibility. Hardened vessels cannot regulate pressure, leading to damage within the kidney. Even if your kidneys are healthy now, constantly flooding them with these additives accelerates the aging of the organ. Read your labels.
If it says phosphate, no, put it back. And you guys, again, why I keep telling you, age ain't nothing but a number when it comes down to this. If you're eating a bunch of this food for a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, yeah, kids eating the wrong cereals, wrong stuff, not being able to digest it. Body can't put it anywhere, not really getting any vitamins from it.
If it says phos, put it back. Number 3 is technically a drug, but it is consumed like candy.
And you guys know we're all a victim of it. That's right, ibuprofen, certain drugs for pain and things like that. Why are they not good? Because they block receptors and you're supposed to be able to, believe it or not, feel the pain. Because when you get over the pain naturally, you've really gotten over it. When you take medication, what does it really do? It just blocks certain things and it also keeps the kidney open. So now poisons can actually go inside of the kidney because now that ibuprofen has got that kidney open. Keep on going, you guys. It's a lot to learn here.
NSAIDs, which stands for non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like ibuprofen. We take these for headaches, back pain, or soreness, assuming they are harmless. They are not. These drugs work by blocking the chemicals that cause pain and inflammation. But here's the catch. Those same chemicals are also responsible for keeping the blood vessels leading to the kidneys open and relaxed. When you take a painkiller, you are essentially clamping down on the hose that feeds blood to your kidneys. You are choking off the blood supply. This starves the kidney tissue of oxygen and nutrients. If you are dehydrated, perhaps you have been drinking alcohol or working out, and you pop a couple of painkillers, you are creating a dangerous situation.
That's fake relief. We really need some water and find out a way to really hydrate yourself and come out of that naturally. And stop, don't take the falsehoods of what the pill is doing for you. That is a terrible time in order to take some pills, especially also on an empty stomach. Don't take them on an empty stomach as well, because that also damages the lining of your stomach walls.
Where parts of your kidney can actually die off. If you have chronic pain, look into natural anti-inflammatories like turmeric or fish oil, or focus on fixing the root cause rather than relying on daily pills that slowly suffocate your organs. No.
Look at this. Audrey Durham says, I got a bleeding ulcer from NSAIDs, almost died and had a feeding tube for a year. This is real stuff that we're talking about here, you guys. I'm not just up here playing around. I'm not. If you guys have anything to chime in with that's gonna make us smarter and to help us, you would be helping us. And not saying nothing is hurting us. We love information like this, and I care about everybody here. My mother lost her life because of kidney situation, because of renal failure. It's one of my most important topics right here. Most important, and especially if you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, pay attention to what you're eating. Ultra processed foods are not for you. Eggo waffles not for you. Pancake mix not for you. No.
Number 2 is industrial seed oils: canola, soybean, corn, and vegetable oil. These oils are everywhere: salad dressings, mayonnaise, restaurant food, and chips. The problem is that these oils are chemically unstable. They are highly reactive. When they are processed in factories using high heat and chemical solvents, they oxidize. Consuming.
And you remember from like a 5 videos late earlier, we went through the canola oil section, and we went through all of the oil sections, and we realized what if it's yellow dye. It's been colored that way. So also we got to worry about the colorings. Why? Because the food colorings are deriving from petroleum, which is what? Yeah, petroleum. We don't want that in our system. Again, something that the body and the kidney don't know what to do with. It's a foreign object. This isn't a mineral. It's not vitamin A, B, C, D, or calcium or something like that, where the body can say, hey, I'm gonna put you over here. This is a foreign object being made by man-made. Let's keep on going.
These oils is like eating biological rust. When you eat oxidized fats, they trigger a massive inflammatory response in the lining of your blood vessels. Remember, the kidney is basically a ball of blood vessels. When the lining of these vessels becomes inflamed, they cannot filter properly. It's like trying to filter water through a swollen, clogged sponge. This inflammation is often the first step toward kidney disease.
All right,
The
Terry.
oil industry uses harsh solvents to extract these oils, leaving.
Let's get that up because it's true. The herbal 777 peppermint will help with headaches and stomach aches. True, peppermint will help with headaches and stomach aches. And you guys, a lot of times when you have a headache, it's probably because you're thirsty. Hydrate. Make sure you got enough liquids in you. Not OD, but get enough liquids. And I'm not telling you to drink something with sugar in it and all of that crap. How about some regular water? Let's go.
Behind residues that your body was never meant to consume. Switch to stable, natural fats like olive oil, avocado oil, or butter.
Extra virgin olive oil if you really want to go there.
And finally, the number one enemy of.
Okay, I got a question for every single person here. I need to ask a question. Somebody said my headache is caused by my stepmom. The one said that. You guys, we've been doing this for a while, all day. What is the number one food to look out for that can do the most damage to your kidney? Everybody will get a shot here. I want to know what you guys are thinking. What's the food? What is it? Tell me what you guys think. I think we got a lot of smart people here. You already know it. Come on, come on, come on. Let me know. Somebody said soda. It's in there. Remember that? It's in there. Someone said cheese. Another one said oil. We got somebody with alcohol. Blame it on the alcohol. Should I give anybody a gift for getting this right? Let's do that. Somebody that gets this right, let's give them something. Freddie, you won. Send me your address and your email address to bridgethisllc@gmail.com. That's bridgethisllc@gmail.com because Freddie was first and he said sugar. Number one. Sugar diabetes. Sugar diabetes. Come on, y'all. Y'all should have known better. Let's go. So yeah, even if you didn't get to the 500, that's one person because he said it right and he won. Gets the decal. So go ahead and send me your address, Freddie, to bridgethisllc@gmail.com. You guys still got a chance to get to the 500 and still get decals, so let me know. And keychains.
Of your kidneys. It is not salt, it is sugar, and specifically fructose. We are talking about high fructose corn syrup, agave nectar, table sugar, and excessive fruit juice.
Don't be tricked by agave. Don't be tricked by it. It's pure sugar. Don't be tricked by it. You want to get something good? Go get some monk fruit sugar. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's worth it.
Here's where most people get it wrong.
Monk fruit
They think
sugar
is only bad because it makes you gain weight or causes diabetes. But fructose has a distinct, direct pathway for destroying the kidney. Unlike glucose, which every cell in your body can use for energy, fructose is a burden that falls almost entirely.
Stevia.
Processing fructose consumes massive amounts of energy. This energy drain triggers the production of a waste product we mentioned earlier, uric acid. Fructose is actually the single biggest driver of high uric acid in the modern diet. This uric acid inhibits the gas that keeps your blood vessels relaxed.
So I'm on the train yesterday and I'm watching this girl with a big soda like this. And she got the straw in it and she just going to town. Yeah. And I'm talking about she is going in. She going in. She going in. And I'm going to go hard. She going in on this. And I'm just looking at her like she has no idea what she's doing to herself. That drink had to be like this. It was a Coca-Cola. High fructose corn syrup. Coin Collective, what's going on, Ken? Hello, my dear friends. I love y'all. Happy Sunday. There go Coin Collective right there, you guys. It's going to start a competition. Don't mess with Coin Collective. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. We got nothing but respect for you. But Coin Collective, we need you to stay away from high fructose corn syrup as well. It doesn't cost nothing. All you got to do is mix some water in it, mix some flavor in it. You can make the drink as big as you want. You didn't notice that the other day what they told us? All they got to do is add some water to it. That's right. High fructose corn syrup. You add the flavoring to it. Now it's Coca-Cola. Now it's Sprite. Now it's your favorite drink. And you sitting there like this. Nothing but bad sugar. Come on, let's go.
So, when you drink a soda or eat a high sugar dessert, you are constricting the blood flow in your kidneys and spiking the pressure. This leads to oxygen starvation in the kidney cells. Over time, this sugar overload drives insulin resistance, which forces the kidneys to hold on to salt, bringing us right back to the problems we discussed at number 10. It is a vicious cycle of high pressure, inflammation, and stress. If you want to save your kidneys, the single most effective thing you can do is eliminate liquid sugar. Eat whole fruit, but skip the juice and the soda.
Yep. And anything that says concentrate, stay away from it. Anything on a bag of bread that says enriched, stay away from it. Certain things should be triggers to us. Enriched. Stuff like that, just get away from it.
Your kidneys are incredibly resilient. They can heal and regenerate function if you stop the chemical assault and give them the proper nutrients to rebuild. By eliminating these 10 offenders, you aren't just saving your kidneys, you're lowering your blood pressure, improving your energy, and protecting your heart. I am curious, which of these foods was the biggest surprise to you? Was it the smoothie or the painkillers? Let me know in the comments below.
And I know people are going to want to do that because I love how you guys are. Sometimes you might be skeptical in the beginning, but then you'd be like, yo, I like that video. So you know what my responsibility is to do now? Copy, paste it, put it inside the Discord to make sure that you guys can always go and get it and to let you know what channel. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, Coin Collector, but be careful. Be careful with that sugar. I'd like for you to take 10 of those dollars that you blessed with us and go to the store and get yourself some monk fruit sugar. That's all you got to do, buddy. It's pretty expensive, but you don't even need that much. It's much less. Get the brown one or two, and you're gonna love it. And guess what? 0, 0, 0. It's good for you. It's all good for you. Let's get into this right now. We got the number one worst foods for your kidneys. We knew what the number one was. It was that sugar. But I still want you guys to have this information anytime you want to follow up, anytime you might want to tell anybody else about it. And not only that, when you're showing them in a cartoon form, it's a little more comfortable so people will actually pay attention to it. Again, the number one worst foods for your kidneys. And what channel is this that we're already subscribed to? Because if you can see it, the bell is already lit and we've already got that. But did we hit all? Let's go hit all. Boom, we're hitting all now because this is the channel called Think Science. We come here a lot. So you guys, you might want to add that to your list of our channels that you're subscribed to. Also, if you have not subscribed and you're not a member of our Discord, what are you waiting for? Our Bottom Line Discord. We keep this going over there and we keep it moving. You guys, just be careful. I stopped drinking coffee as well, but you know what I do sometimes? I take myself a little bit of least of a 55 coffee house because what she has over there is a different sort of a blend, not so strong so much of the time. And sometimes you might get a nice light roast from Lisa. She might hook you up like that if you talk to her. And not only that, Lisa, you might want to let them know where you get your coffee beans from and why we trust you. That's what I'm talking about. I didn't just take those beans and just took them. I said, Lisa, where you getting these beans from? And she knew her stuff. So guess what? We got somebody in our own mix that got it going on. And we show love over here, show love and support to our family members. You guys, holler at Lisa Roy. You might want to go check out 55 Coffee House. Check it out. Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's double tap that screen. And again, this was the number one worst foods for the kidneys.
If you found this helpful, hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And subscribe for more. Stay healthy.
Yeah, you guys, that was the #1 worst foods for your kidneys.
Controlling your blood pressure with
I'm gonna pause that, close that down, and then next thing we gotta do is we got more work to do. Come on, you guys. You know we show so much love to each other. I hope that you guys really got something out of this our bottom line, health and wellness section. Sometimes it's a hit and a miss. Sometimes we knock it out the park. But what I do understand is this: if only one person got some new information out of that video, I'm really happy with that. Because if I can save one life, that's a big deal to me. Coin Collective, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I quit drinking 10 years ago and live off coffee. Oh, yeah? Okay. Okay. Well, let's see how you do it. Tell us how you do it. Let us know. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because guess what? It's time. And we always show the love to all of the dogs. You know, I'm a big dog lover. I can't even front you guys. You guys know I love dogs, especially when it comes down to pit bulls. I just want to save them all. I want a sanctuary. I walk around the street picking them up. You guys call me, hey, Boogotti over here. That's right. I love pit bulls, and that's my favorite dog. Call me what you want. I love all dogs, but I love pit bulls the most. I love all animals, no matter what. I've been raised like that, and I really appreciate my mom for that. Teaching me about animals, making me understand about them, making me really have a love for animals and other beings out here. So Ma, I want to say it again, even though you're not here. I want to thank you so much for turning me on to our lovable furry friends. She would stop walking and start talking to your dog like she knew him. Hey baby, come on over here. Next thing you know, your big old pit bull doing this. And dude's like, yo, what's up with your mom, son? How she got my dog doing this? Yo, bro, it's some people that just got it like that. Dog be jumping all on her, licking her. Yo, bro, my dog supposed to be looking. Yo, that's what my moms do. She'll mess around and take your dog. Yes, I love animals, and guess what? I know that you guys do too. And you don't only love dogs. There's people out here like CJ that love cats. People out here like Mark Dorfman, Jeffrey Spoker. Mark Dorfman that has a sanctuary. Check this out, you guys. These are for my cat lovers because it's not always about dogs. We show horses, but let's get into some love with this kitty, a street cat who got saved and now she's daddy's girl. Ain't this cute right here, you guys? Let's go. Let's see this one right here.
I didn't think cats would be like that. My name is Sharif, and this is Nima Story for Chile. There's like a little park that we usually go stay with me and my friends. She's a new friend. I saw her and she was kind of like limping. So she has a problem with her leg. Once you think she's on. Oh. I didn't know what was really wrong with her. There's a problem in her foot here. Something's wrong with it. She was alone. Didn't see any other cats or a mother for her. I was like, I can't leave with the cat. So I ended up taking her with me. I took her to the vet. They did check up, got medicine. Yeah, but you ready?
This is when you realize that you got a cat. You don't even really realize. When they come up to you like, "Meow, meow, meow, meow," and they just don't stop, that's saying, I choose you and you gotta take me. It's happened to me before. Oh yeah, kitten. And then you're gonna be like, oh, the kitten. Next thing you know, you got yourself a kitten.
You're all cleaned up, huh? In the beginning, she wasn't really drinking much water. So I'd mix a little bit of water into her food just so she gets hydrated. She was very comfortable with me, which was really she.
You know what the other word to this is, which we like so much and we're gonna use it? It's the love word. I love that word.
Trusted me right away. You're all nice and clean. It's so good. She knew I wouldn't do anything like harmful to her.
Coin Collective.
She knew I wasn't gonna hurt her. And I'm just in dad mode. I'm like, okay, I'm her father. I got her like a little front backpack. I wanted to take her out on a walk, show her the world. I wanted to give her the best life ever. She never was afraid of anything. As long as she's by me, are you good? You know, always learning something new. It's kind of really random. I never taught her to jump on my shoulder. Just one day randomly, she just jumped. And then now she knows whenever I walk out of my room, she stands. Good job. You're amazing. If I don't give her a kiss, she waits around till I give her a kiss, basically. She does all these little weird things till I give her a kiss, which is really sweet. I got her when she was about 2 months, and now I've had her for almost 3 years. On August 20th, she'll be 3 years. She has her own birthdays too. You want to eat? You know, animals, they do have that biological.
He said, you want to eat? She said, "Meow." Y'all saw that? He's literally talking to this cat. She understands English.
On August 20th, she will be 3 years. She has her own birthdays too. You know, funny thing about animals, they do have that biological clock, right? She's always standing in front of the door. I don't know how. My mom tells me maybe like even a minute before I show up. So it's kind of amazing. I just open the door and she's already there, and I just pick her up and I obviously give her many, many kisses. I love her so much, honestly. You know, I really do. I look at her as my daughter. Daddy loves her so much.
I think she loved him just as much as he loved her, you guys. I'm talking about, whoa, that's a bond right there. Yes, I know. I see. I know. Now I understand, you guys. They just as lovable as dogs. I know. I had one before, and you can never be astray around me because I'm around up stealing you. That's right. I went to a store one time. I go by the store. There's a gate. There's snow outside. The little kittens, "Rear, rear, rear," trying to get in the store, but they closed the gate, and the store is now closed. But it's snowing outside, and the kitten is over there by itself. So Bugatti, I'll look around. I'm looking. I'm looking. Nothing but snow on the street. I said to myself, you know what? If you can be neglectful like this and leave your cat outside in the snow, let's go. Boop, kitty jumped right in my arms. Next thing you know, we came to the crib. I let him hang out for a little while, let him chill. Went back over to the store, said, hey man, what happened to y'all cat? Oh, that stupid cat, whatever. I said, yo, you know, I know the lady got the cat. What y'all want to do with it? Oh, we're gonna just let it do whatever. Basically, more of the same. I let the lady keep the cat. Now the cat's chilling in the crib, one of her favorite pets. I said, you guys, you know that cat that y'all had before? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, it's doing pretty good now, by the way, just in case you want to know. Had to get that cat up out of there, y'all. And yes, y'all call me what y'all want. Call me Robin Hood for cats. Tell you another story. Was a kitten outside in the snow again. A little one, black one. Rare, rare, rare. I couldn't keep no cat because I got a bad pit bull. Said to myself, if I put this cat in the hallway on the top floor, somebody gonna take this cat. What did I do? I went all the way to the top floor of my building. I put the cat down and I rang all of the bells and I went by the door and people came out. Oh my God, look at the kitty. Look at the kitty. Whose cat is that? Whose kitten is it? I don't know. That's not your cat. That's not your cat. Somebody came and jacked the cat. Next thing you know, her name is Egypt and she live on the 6th floor. Call me what you want. It worked. I do what I got to do sometimes to me. So yes, we have rehomed 2 cats by being slick and dropping them off in certain places. Don't play that around us. We will do what we got to do. Don't play around us. You guys, also, it is Purple Sunday. We want to show massive love to every single person that's here. And yes, all of the animals all across the world. You couldn't be in trouble when it came to me because I just love animals so much. And if you love animals, let's double tap that screen to get those likes up. And also, you guys, y'all know what I'm about to say right now. I'm gonna make you wait for it. That's right. I'm gonna make you wait for the prayers. We're gonna do the promo first. If you guys are trying to make some money, 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 money. Because I know it's kind of rough out there. We got a situation going on with the Show Your talent search. That's a talent search that we're doing in Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. Plus, one person from here can be a part of the talent search. And don't tell me that I can't sing that adopt Bugatti, I can't dance. Can you cook? Can you do a backflip? Can you do something special that has talent in it? Because that's what we do over here. It's not about boxing people in with a little bit of singing and dancing. That's how we're going to get stuck with just a couple of people. No, we want overall talent. You know how to put a motor in, you know how to do a wheelie, you know how to, whatever you know how to do, you could win in that borough, Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. If you win, boom, $250. We just got to see what your talent is. That's right. Pull up on us. If you win, that's $250, all 5 boroughs, plus the one person that's going to be going virtual. After we put all of you guys together in one location, you guys are going to be going for the $1,000 grand prize, sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. And you guys see it in the comments, just like Miss Swanza always says, if you want to get lit, drink Big Drip. You want to be a part of the talent show? All you got to do is go over to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. Go to the first page, put your email right there, and guess what? We're going to keep you updated on where we're going to be in the next 2 weeks. Hopefully, you guys will be able to pull up. But if you can't pull up to the New York locations, you can still go virtual and be a part of it because we're going to be going live from all of our locations. And guess what, you guys? You want to be a part of the Show Your Talent Search where you could make up to $1,250. That's right. $250 for the location and then $1,000 grand prize for the main winner. Go to the website www.drinkbigdrip.com. That's 2 G's and 2 P's. Yes, you guys, we got one winner every borough, and if you win the whole grand prize, $1,250. Go to the website www.drinkbigdrip.com. I got another announcement coming up in about a week or two, but I don't put announcements out until they're set in stone. This is going to be a big one, and hopefully we get to tell you guys what's going on with it. And yes, it is now time to do what? We got to get those prayers in the air for Purple Sunday. I want to pray for every single person that came here, everybody that got knowledge from what we showed you guys. And I'm really hoping that you love today's segment because we take our time and we put them together, even though we do them every day. We think we got a good sequence going on. We love what we do. And we want to pray for everyone here. We want to pray for your families as well as your animals and those plants too. We know you guys got crops growing just like we do. And we want to pray for those crops because what do? They keep us healthy, they keep us nourished, and they keep us with the important vitamins and nutrients that we need. So you guys, all my fellow growers out there, everybody that's making your own food, becoming self-sufficient, don't give up. Sometimes it's a little hard in the beginning, but keep on going and you will get it. I want to pray for every single person here. I want to pray for good health. I want to pray for family, and I want to pray for love because it conquers so much. I want to pray for Lisa 55 Coffee House, Miss Swanza, Liberty and Justice, Rebecca Lanyan Bueno, can't forget about Audrey Durham, Royal, can't forget about Colessive, Miss Swanza, VG5P. Who else we got up in here? I see Luigi, Liberty and Justice. Thank you so much. Also, my brother, KC Ramos. Hope the work is working out for you, bro. I hope you're doing good, Audrey, Kendra Walker, Winter Rising, Rebecca Lanyan Bueno, Colessive, Adam, Kendra, Luigi, Miss Swanza, also Teddy Marcel. Can't forget about Checked Out for Real. And who else we got up in here? My Cozy Nest, Rebecca. There you go. Mary is sure. 55 Coffee House, Lisa Roy, Kendra Walker, EG. I see you, G man. There you go. Winter, Audrey. Who else we got up in the building? Casey Ramos, my brother. And you can't forget about Mark Dorfman, Jeffrey Spilker. Can't forget about Dot Focus. Can't forget about Coin Collective with Ken. Can't forget about Jordan. Can't forget about Teddy Marcel, my brother. Can't forget about Luigi, Mark Dorfman, Jeffrey Spilker, Sam Champion. Where you at, brother? Hope you having a good Sunday. Also, can't forget about Batty Lynn, and where is Rebecca Lanyan Bueno? Want to pray for you for good health, for nothing but good reports when it comes down to your doctor's appointments. We pray for you over here, sis, for real. Anybody want to get down with the prayer right now and add anything to it? Go ahead and say your prayers, whoever you want to pray for. You want to pray for situations, you like to pray for your family. We will be doing that right now because there is power in numbers for prayer. Say your prayer right now. And what we will do is once we get to that amen part, we're all going to say amen with you. That's right. Say your prayer right now. Put it up for your family members. Put it up in the world for your people, for the people that you care about, for the blessings of the Lord, and to thank him for another day because he did not have to give it to us. And stop complaining so much because guess what? You woke up this morning. You're able to complain. Many people aren't. The first thing in the morning is the blessing of life. After that, nothing but continuation. So what? You got a problem. You woke up to be able to fight it, and you got another day to do it. Be thankful to the Lord and the man upstairs, as we all are. And we say it together. Amen. That's how we do it around here, you guys. We don't play around when it comes down to those prayers. I'm hoping everybody had a fantastic show just like I did. You don't got the energy. You don't got the power. You're not feeling happy. Guess what? Take it from me. I got a whole bunch of it. I could fulfill everybody over here with my happiness and with my joy. You know why? Because when I come on in the morning, that's what you guys give me. Sometimes I'm down in the dump. Sometimes, I got to do this show every day. You think I'd be happy about doing this? But as soon as that's lights, camera, action come on, yo, it's your boy Boogotti NYC. The next thing you know, everything changes. Why? Because it's true and it's real. And I really have a good time when I come here. You guys change my attitude a lot as well. Don't sleep. You guys do a lot. And if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be doing this. I'd probably be somewhere else. Like, what are you doing in there talking to himself? Get in there. But the fact that we have such a great forum, Such beautiful people. And you guys continue this on Discord. Gotta tell you guys, I love what we do here. So yes, Purple Sunday, it's a wrap for you, but you know how we do it. Monday, doing it all over again, 6 o'clock in the morning. And you know how I do. I love Monday, because what they gotta do, pick up the phone. Ow. Pick up the phone. They probably don't pick up the phone on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but to start calling on Monday, damn, we got to pick up because that's a business day. So you guys, y'all know what we're doing, right? We're going to keep on doing our thing. We're going to keep on staying healthy. We're going to keep being the #1 show on YouTube. And y'all know what we're going to do, right? Be right back here at 6 o'clock in the morning with trending topics, current events, and much, much more. It's your boy Boogotti NYC, and like I always told you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that y'all came here to chill with me on Purple Sunday, and y'all let me put that work in, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, 6 o'clock in the morning, y'all know how we do it. Get 'em! Peace.